City Expo 5. Excuse me just a second, I have a poster that I'd like to show everyone, and it's up for grabs. We're hoping most everybody has downloaded the MyFandom app. And if you haven't, please do so and check in to the Squared City Expo. We are going to take a name. Oh man, you're chanting circle and it totally threw me off. All right, we're gonna pick a winner off of everybody that has logged in, checked in to Squared Circle Expo. And the winner gets this poster. Is it autographed? Yes, it's autographed. So the only way you can win this is to check in on MyFandom to the Square City Circle Expo. I'm not going to say that again tonight, I can promise you that. All right, are you ready for our first match tonight? It is for the SCX Tag Team Championship.
All right. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We are on the air with Squared Circle Expo.
I didn't see him play your music.
Well, excuse me.
Al Snow entered.
Ladies
my
and
team.
gentlemen, Cal Hero, Al Snow, the SCX Tag Team Champions, the newest Rockers.
Well, we are on the air. This is Squared Circle Expo number 5. My name is Joe Bobrowski. Josh Chernoff by my side. And as always, it is a wild, chaotic, unpredictable weekend. If you couldn't be here in Indianapolis, well, you're missing head.
Well, hey, you can watch it right now. And if you're listening to us tell you to watch it right now, then you're obviously watching it right now on the MyFandom YouTube channel.
Absolutely right. We were so thankful for everybody to be a part of this particular installment.
Well, that's a head. I don't think that's the head that they were asking for.
Well, maybe not, but we want to thank everybody again for being a part of Squared Circle Expo number 5 here in Indianapolis as, hey, we got head! And yeah, if you are wondering, it's not the Rockers, it's not the new Rockers, it's the newest Rockers, Al Snow and Cal Hero. Squared Circle Expo Tag Team Champions, and what a great mentor-mentee relationship these two have built really since Cal was a child.
Yeah, Cal's taught Al everything he knows.
I'm not sure that's how it went. And a couple of
And
other
the
legends.
challengers are the former WWF Tag Team Champions, current Tag Team Champions of the Universe, and soon to be SCX Tag Team Champions, Mosh, Thrasher, the Headbanger.
I'm sorry, did Slick Rick just say soon to be the SCX Tag Team Champions?
That may be a tad bit.
Is he betting on this?
Well, maybe so. I don't know. Are you allowed to bet on wrestling?
Oh, I am, but
I
people
see.
make separate exceptions for me.
Well, Mosh and Thrasher, the Headbangers, captured the WWF Tag Team title September 1997, Ground Zero, in a 4-team matchup, defeating the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and Owen Hart, I believe, for the decision. Also, they are former NWA Tag Team Champions. They are former, well, I guess they're still the Tag Team Champions of the Universe when they were walking around with those toy belts back in the day. But they could be Squared Circle Expo Tag Team Champions by the end of this, and certainly a team with a rich history here in this particular event year by year, but having to match popularity with the Fanny Pack Kid, Cal Hero.
There is a lot happening right here. I believe that is a Scooby-Doo and Stewie Griffin covering the undercarriages of the Headbangers.
Undercarriages, very astutely put. Well, I'm glad to see that the Headbangers continue to evolve and change with the times. It's not necessarily all about Marilyn Manson and White
I
Zombie
believe it's
anymore.
pronounced Devolve, but Al Snow outside the ring now.
Yeah, the Mosh and Thrasher have taken Al Snow out of the ring to neutralize this young kid in his early 20s, Cal Hero, who has had a meteoric rise with Al Snow as his tag team partner, certainly in OVW as well. But the Headbangers have been tag teams for close to 30 years, and it's been maneuvers like that that have taken them to the top.
Well, Al Snow obviously abandoning Cal in the middle of the ring, and that's something that, you know what, I love to see, because it's what's going to make him better. It's what's going to make Cal Hero stronger as Mosh leans upon the ropes, maybe just a bit with that cover, but it wasn't enough.
Al Snow's not the kind of person to abandon anybody. A loyal tag team partner. The Headbangers just missed the New Rockers once upon a time back in the day, but the eras converge here tonight. Real men wear skirts. Do you subscribe to that? It's been a long time Headbanger mantra.
Oh, you know, look, who am I to tell them what a real man is?
Well, exactly so. I'd love to see a try. Cal Hero in trouble now, blatant handful of hair by Headbanger Mosh, who blatantly pokes the eye.
Tell him who the man is. You're sitting next to him.
Is that so?
I'm not talking about Slick Rick.
Well, yeah. I don't see you in that ring.
Or you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Mosh taunting Cal Hero. What do you do if you're Cal Hero and you're facing decades and decades of experience? I mean, Cal's been a part of the sport, in and around the sport, basically his entire life, but no substitution to in-ring competition, right?
No, but I think what you have to do is you have to lean. Oh, my God.
Double flapjack, little Midnight Express
I'm not
action.
sure there's anything that Cal can do at this point.
Mosh and Thrasher.
Thank God the referee doesn't know how to count.
Well,
otherwise, that could have been it. What I am going to tell you, though, is what Cal has to do, to answer your question, is he has to lean on his youthfulness. He needs to lean on his quickness, on his strength. That's what's going to do it, because experience, look at that. And that's what I'm talking about right now.
Crossbody could have him! And a near fall there.
Going for the cover again.
Second attempt. And he beat him! Cal Hero and Al Snow have defeated the Headbangers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of this match and still the STX Tag Team Champions, the Newest Rockers.
So the perseverance of Cal Hero overcoming the double team. There you see that crossbody, and was able to hook in tight on the legs. The first time didn't work. The second time he reared back even further.
Al Snow's throwing the ref in.
Yeah, well, this referee, I
Gonna
think,
congratulate him for a mediocre job at best.
well, the ref was outmatched by the craftiness and the chicanery of the Headbangers. And, well, he's going to get a dubious reward, I would think.
Oh!
No. Al Snow, the last word. Snow, the veteran, taken out early. But how about Cal Hero rising to the occasion and leading the newest Rockers to a championship victory to kick us off.
Hey, you know what? Props to Cal Hero, who continues to improve with every single time that I see him in the ring. I am going to say, in a way, I think maybe he got lucky here. I think that referee was maybe that referee. Hold on, I'm going to have to take my my Larry Zbyszko.
Your Larry Zbyszko? What are you doing?
Is that what you do when someone calls your name?
Stop
You
bowing.
turn around and you Larry Zbyszko to them.
Well, could you? I didn't know that was the official term, first of all. Second of all, can you focus on your job here? So let's talk about the headbangers and newest Rockers.
Who?
Stop. Check out the beautiful city skyline here as part of Squared Circle Expo. Incredible
everybody
city
been having a
hosting
good
this
time
event.
with the Expo?
Had a great time here the past couple of days.
Oh, it's nothing beats Squared Circle Expo.
At this time, the two guys that are responsible for the Expo. Please welcome Adolfo Dorita and Eddie Gonzalez.
Well, we know there's a lot of breaking news throughout Squared Circle Expo. Here tonight, the Circle City Rumble will be our main event. And Ed and Adolfo have some big news to drop if you haven't heard it yet, because, well, there's been a lot of questions, a lot of speculation over the past number of months of what would happen concerning the Squared Circle Expo Championship. Would Nick Nemeth be able to defend? Would there be a controversial decision made that some fans may or may not agree with? But to the credit of management, they always do what's best for the event, best for the fans, and best for the locker room.
Well, I think what they're going to do is they're going to hand that championship right back to Matt Cardona, who never really lost it. Didn't lose it at a Squared Circle Expo at an event, an official Squared Circle Expo event. So
lost it in this building, though.
Squared Circle Expo 5. Let me tell you guys, this is the 5th time we have invaded Indianapolis. And every time, each and every one of you make it better. Now listen. We had some trouble with our Squared Circle Expo champion, Nick Nemeth. Had some no boo. He had some TNA commitments that he had to honor, and we respect that. So tonight, we're going to crown a new Squared Circle Expo champion. And Adolfo, how are we crowning that new Squared Circle Expo champion?
For those that don't know, we are going to have a 30-person rumble in the building tonight. The winner of which will become the new Squared Circle Expo champion.
wow.
Wide open field.
And you know, Adolfo, the champion could be anybody. Anyone. It could be Tim Lutz. Anybody? Tim Lutz?
Even him?
Who?
Tim Lutz is in this?
Heavy metal Viking hooks. He's got a shot.
Hooks is made for a match like that.
It could literally be anybody. You know, I've got a favorite. I got a favorite in the Rumble. Do you guys have a favorite? I hear Jake Omen. It could be Jake Omen. It could be Jake Omen.
It could be Shark Boy.
It could be Shark Boy.
We might even see, hold on, I said a 30-person rumble. It could be the first women's Squared Circle Expo champion. It could be Diane Hope. It could be Ari Alexander.
Could be Shauna Reed.
It could even be Eddie Gonzalez.
It could.
What?
Hold up. It can't be me because I'm not in the Rumble.
All right, brother. Put him in the rumble. Listen up. What was that? Put him in the rumble. Let me cook. All right? Let me cook. it's no secret to all of you that have been coming to Squared Circle Expo for all these years that Ed and I have differences of style and opinion from time to time. We're very different people. I like to have things orderly and planned out. Ed is a little different. He's kind of old school. He says, listen, brother, don't press. No. Hear me out. We're going to call it in the ring, okay? Fair?
I may have said that once or twice.
Or 2 or 500, right? So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to call it in the ring. And I'm going to take executive privilege and make it a 31-person match.
What?
Wait.
Our in-the-rumble.
What? Oh, hold on. No.
He's not serious, right?
Find out if what they say about the wrestlers is true. One, that they never really retire, and two, no matter where they go, the real ones always bring their ring gear. Hey, welcome to the Circle City Rumble, buddy.
No way.
Wait, no. Hold on. What's is there a 50-50 split in ownership here? Because I think this is the type of thing needs to be, vetted and agreed upon.
Ed Gonzalez could be the next champion of
Don't
Squared Circle Expo.
Ed, don't let these people. Don't let them convince you, Ed.
Yo, I ran out of breath walking down the aisle.
I mean, let's think about this, though.
No, but we got to talk about this, bro.
Yeah,
Could you imagine if Ed walks out the next time he walks out of here? It could be as the Squared Circle Expo Champion. It can happen.
But let's think about this, too. Normally, there's always a lot of, disgruntled wrestlers not too happy at management. He may have a target on him if he gets him that
All
ring.
right, ladies and gentlemen, our next match is for the SCX Prime Championship. It is a triple threat match. First man to score pinfall or submission will be the Prime Champion. He's from Providence, Rhode Island, standing 6 foot 12 inches tall, weighing 15% of a metric ton. Big Trouble, Ben Bishop.
Well, Ben Bishop captured that Prime Championship a year ago, surviving a battle royal. And since then, this 7-footer has gone viral a number of times.
6'12".
Yes, thank you. That's kind
You're
of
welcome.
something.
I'm here to keep you honest.
Well, someone has to. But Ben Bishop has been all over the internet, all over social media with his satirical look at some of the portions of the wrestling business that maybe poked fun at once in a while. But he's going to be all business in this match, I have a feeling.
Well, he's going to have to be business going into this match because about to walk through the curtain, the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers.
And one of our two challengers is from Queens, New York, the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers.
Part of the system in TNA wrestling, no question. The most dominant faction there over the past several years. A multiple-time tag team champion, really just about anywhere he's gone. But Brian Myers wants his name in the spotlight, wants to have individual glory here tonight, and could be one win away, but there are two giants he'll have to topple to get there.
If anyone can do it, it's Brian Myers. He's gone through a losing streak in his past and has come out on top. Look at him.
That's true, he has. He is he's versatile.
And from Charlotte, North Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match and the new SCX Prime Champion, Brian Myers.
Cut the music! Got it! Well, that sucks! Now listen. You incel son of a gun. I'm gonna come out there and slap you right in your face after this. Listen, what's the only other way I can leave Indianapolis with a belt? What's the match later on? What is it? Oh, it's a Rumble? At the end of the show? Man, that really sucks, but I'm entering the Rumble, and Edge can't say a dang thing about it. Because who's the man? See you guys later. Play my music.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is scheduled for one fall. Ladies and gentlemen, from Cincinnati, Ohio, Merciless Lord Crew. And ladies and gentlemen, he is a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Moose.
And it's Moose caught off guard in the early going by Crew as a long-standing history here in Squared Circle Expo. Very first Squared Circle Expo match against Sean Casey was Lord Crew back once upon a time when this whole thing started half a decade ago.
Well, here you go. It just did get the confirmation that confirmation. What's that? Got the confirmation that we are. That now you can hear us again.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we apologize for all the technical issues. And
last time Joe tries to charge his phone in the middle of a broadcast.
Okay, that's not what
well,
happened.
I don't know.
Put that on me.
Could have been that.
Yeah, we understand there was a power issue here in the building tonight that sent everything offline, but we're doing our best. We have one of the best teams in the business working fervently and diligently to get us back on the air. We thank them for their hard work to get us back up and running.
I also want to talk about what happened while we were off the air. I mean, they tried to hold off as much as they could, but, action's going to happen. Brian Myers is your new – did you say that already? Because I wasn't paying attention.
I did not. No,
Brian Myers is your new Prime champion. What an incredible show of strength, agility, professionalism.
That's not what happened. He stuck in the back door and outsmarted.
How did you see it? Our monitor was out. How'd you see anything, Joe?
Get out of here.
Don't listen to a word Joe says.
Lord Crew gets dropped, but bottom line, you are correct. Brian Myers, the new Prime champion in Squared Circle Expo. Ben Bishop, the former champion, then got on the microphone and announced to everybody he was going to be one of the 30, or I guess maybe 31, that are entering the Rumble here later tonight.
I don't know that Ed, after the power went out in the building, I'm not sure that Ed's still breathing back there.
Well, that may be true as well. Circle City Rumble tonight to crown a brand new Squared Circle Expo champion after Nick Nemeth unable to defend due to contractual obligations.
And fear.
But right now, no fear on the part of Big Moose, the former NFL standout, played with, I believe, 6 different teams in his career. And Moose now has become one of the most decorated champions in TNA. Former world champion, current X Division champion, beat Speedball Mike Bailey for that championship late last year and has not looked back ever since.
Moose kind of setting. Oh, listen. Oh, no. Oh. Well, you heard both of those, but I don't think that was what Moose had in mind.
Yeah, Moose risked breaking his own hand to get that shot in and took a cheap shot, a shortcut, when that didn't work. And Crew
tried to block himself there, but I think he still caught him.
Yeah, Crew is tough in his own right.
Oh man, right into the guardrail.
Type of man not back down from a fight. We've seen him in some good ones past couple of years. Ace Austin at our 3rd installment, and Crazy Steve at Squared Circle Expo 4.
I saw him hit that guardrail, and then I saw about 5 minutes later a woman fell over. I hope she's okay.
Moose is parting the sea. Maybe not.
Wow.
Outsmarting everybody. Moose just looking to show off. And wait a minute, forgot about Crew!
Oh.
Tope Suicida. Moose staggered back into that guardrail.
Crew took a cheap shot there at Moose. Wasn't ready.
Oh, and Moose, talking about cheap shots. Kicking that rope.
Right there.
Slipped.
Well, he slipped and his foot accidentally hit that middle rope.
Yeah, he slipped.
Hopefully someone could check on Moose, make sure he's okay.
Managed to distract referee Joe Kopaz. Managed to kick the rope into Lord Crew. That was a happy
I saw Joe
coincidence.
Kopaz. He got distracted by a butterfly earlier, so I'm not.
Stop.
Well,
Crew, certainly a seasoned veteran of these events, but you got to consider it at least a mild upset if he overcomes Moose in this matchup, who's got such great agility, dexterity, natural athleticism. Oh, look out! Crew reverses that suplex, got underneath Moose.
You talk about an upset, but I mean, listen, Crew's got something in the tank there to be able to do that to Moose. That doesn't happen to a guy like Moose.
Not at all. We saw Moose on NXT a few weeks ago, right? Going toe-to-toe with Oba Femi, so Moose won't back down from a fight either. Body shots now by Lord Crew. Right and left, staggers Moose to the corner.
Oh.
I would not want to get into a punching game with Crew.
Or Moose. Listen. Oh.
Step up knee, caught Moose to the side of the jaw.
You just saw a tooth fly.
Bulldog headlock takedown. Moose is dazed. Discus sidekick. Crew may be just a couple of seconds away. Shoulders are down, but a near fall. Wow.
Now, is the X Division Championship on the line?
I don't believe it is.
Well, you have to imagine, even if it's not, a victory over Moose, that might have Crew might be getting a phone call from TNA.
Oh, without question.
Pretty soon.
You got to believe management is watching or will watch every single time their talent is out representing, and Crew could put his name on the map in a big way.
Referee getting involved here.
Now Moose used the referee, and that big frame of Moose shielded that blatant low blow. Kopaz, a veteran, one of the best in the sport, but even he got outsmarted by Moose, the de facto leader of the system. And that big spear, no, Crew sidestep, roll up, roll up, roll up, no, half a count away. Now Crew is in pain, but he keeps fighting.
Oh, well, until then.
Hot shot, and there's that spear.
That's it.
Moose drills him, and the X Division champion picks up the victory.
What a night for the system.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, Moose!
That's a great point, Josh. The system of TNA goes up 2-0 on the night. Brian Myers with gold in Squared Circle Expo. Moose standing tall, the victor. TNA X Division
Take another
champion.
look at this.
Yeah.
Hung him up to dry.
The hot shot, the setup.
Hold him inside out.
And yeah, notice Moose puts all of his weight, that forward turn, that forward roll he does, gets all the weight and impact into that. And Moose, I mean, I'm not sure how much this guy weighs, not to be our Donovan or anything, but I don't know how much he weighs right now, but he's a big guy. And triumphant.
Respect to Moose walking out here, X Division champion. Surprised he's not wearing sunglasses, how bright his future is.
And the system continues. The past, present, and future of the system. Pretty damn impressive no matter where they go. And Lord Crew, another valiant fight. Another year here at Squared Circle Expo. And he has certainly earned the respect of these fans. A packed house that grows year by year every time we come.
That's for sure. Hey, listen, Squared Circle Expo, not only an incredible show at night here that everybody's seeing, but if you're in
Ladies
the
and
area
gentlemen, our
and you
next
haven't
match
made it to
is
one
a
of
fatal
these
four-way
expos.
For the SCX Women's
Interrupted by Slick
Championship.
Rick.
Well, it happens. It happens.
The disrespect, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. Towards you of all people.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, from Fairbanks, Alaska, she is the SCX Women's Champion, Freya the Slayer.
Well, Freya the Slayer was here a couple of years ago, and between Allison Kay, Ari Alexander, Haley Shadows, Heather Owens, Kylan King, Marty Bell, and Shauna Reed, they were all vanquished by Freya the Slayer, who's also built quite a championship resume down in Ohio Valley Wrestling as well.
Oh, without question, you can see her as part of The Wrestlers on Netflix, but you can also see her every single week on OVW. But tonight you're going to see her perhaps successfully defend her championship. We're going to find out.
Well,
They called the cops on you.
Perhaps is the operative word, because there's some very formidable competition here, and I don't think any of them would make anything less than a great women's champion.
She's one
including
half of
this
the
individual.
Hex, the Dominican Dynamite, Marty Bell.
Well, whether you know her back in TNA as part of the Dollhouse or present day as one half of the Hex, Marty Bell is fiery. She is intense. She is physical.
And she's no stranger to championship gold.
Not at all. I believe a native of the Dominican. Up here to Indianapolis. Team Gold in TNA, the NWA.
NWA. I believe she was one half of the first NWA Women's Tag Team Champions in the new era.
With the Hex, if I'm correct, right?
Absolutely. People say you don't know anything.
Who said that?
From Chicago, known as Chicago's Sweet. Tonight, she's Squared Circle Expo's sweetheart, Missa Kate.
Now, Missa Kate, from Chicago, likes to call herself Chicago's sweetheart, but kind of relocating that moniker tonight for Squared Circle Expo. A kickboxing background. She's an incredible striker. Originally trained under Steve Voss once upon a time, but has a great background in sports that includes gymnastics, kickboxing, and soccer as well. So she is very adept with her feet, and that could be her most lethal weapon that could ensure her potentially a championship victory.
Ignoring the fact that Aldafo told me that I was the Squared Circle Expo sweetheart, I'm excited to see what Missa Kate brings to the table here tonight. But we're not done yet, folks.
She is one half of the Hex, the AK-47, Allison Kay.
Coming to you all the way from, I have to assume she's using Amish Paradise, so must have come from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
I don't think that's exactly true. But I do know that certainly somebody that is no stranger, again, to championship.
Oh, Rey Mysterio went for a photograph, and she knocked the phone right out of his hand.
Well, Allison Kay is not here to make friends, and the meet and greet portion was earlier tonight. But this former TNA Women's Knockout Champion, former Shine Champion, NWA Women's World Champion.
But with who?
Well, and Women's World Tag Team Champion.
That's what I meant to say, yes.
Marty Bell.
With Marty Bell.
Who is one of the opponents tonight. This is not a tag team match. To your point, 4-way, one-fall match for the Squared Circle Expo Women's Championship.
If I were them, I'd be in the back. I'd do a rock, paper, scissors to figure out who's walking out champion, and then you double team. And then you win the There you go, look, Marty Bell. I think she won.
Maybe a bit presumptuous.
I think she was paper.
Well, good for her. But Freya the Slayer is not ready to give up that particular championship yet, and maybe a gain or keep away. Freya's got the size, no doubt about that. Perhaps Missa Kate not only taking your moniker of sweetheart, but also the championship.
Well, she might. Look, she's a thief. We know that.
Oh, please. And there's that beautiful championship.
And now the ref's trying to take it.
I don't think the referee's just doing it.
That'll be a first for the night.
What's the strategy here? Certainly 4 very diverse styles, 4 athletes of different backgrounds, but it's certainly, in some cases, athletes that know each other well. In other cases, maybe the first time they've shared a ring.
Oh, I'm telling you, the strategy is, you're looking at it right now, the Hex. Work together. There's going to be an opportunity if they haven't done the rock, paper, scissors. There will be an opportunity for them to have to go one-on-one with each other. But get to that point.
Whoa, Allison Kay showing the power.
And if this was the Rumble later on, that's it. But it's not. So Freya the Slayer is still in this one.
To your point, Marty and Allison turn into each other.
But I don't think they're ready yet. Don't do this now. You got to clean house first. You got to take your opponents out. Then you can turn the attention on a competitive matchup between the two of you. Look at that. They're hugging it out.
NWA.
Now, if I'm Marty, steps back, I'd kick her. No. There you go.
You weren't going to say to do that.
I was, but.
NWA Women's Tag Team Champions, 287 days not too long ago. So the Hex, certainly a formidable duo. And have the experience. They know what the other's thinking in with a hip attack. And this could be, to your point, you divide and conquer. You take out the champion, you take out the other challenger, decide amongst yourselves, keep it in the family.
There you go.
But that's not how the double pin.
The referee is not doing her job right there. That's a 1, 2, 3, and then it's dual champions via the lay cool effect. And that's,
The lake. You sound like a meteorologist now.
well,
for
I'm
God's
just
sakes.
saying, this is what happens.
The lake cool effect.
They take the championship, they cut it in half, everybody goes home happy.
First of all, that was not in this company. The rules don't have to necessarily subscribe to be true here as well. Secondly, don't you want to see one conclusive winner hold a championship? That's what we're here for.
I mean, I don't care.
You don't care.
Well, I just want to say, to me, I'd rather see everybody go home happy. But that's just me. I'm just magnanimous that way.
I think wrestling was a bad choice for you. There's no way. There's going to be 30 people going home unhappy because they're not going to be the champion at the end of the night.
Well, that's what happens when you throw a party, I'm sure.
Let's see. Well, Missa Kate, this is her kind of party. It's physical and violent. And Freya looking for some revenge.
Oh.
And stacking up Hex members in the corner.
Yeah, but you see, you got two people trying to work together. They don't have the history that the Hex has.
They don't. You're right. Their backs are into the corner, and they have to function best.
Look at the size of Freya, though. Using one of her opponents as a weapon, voluntarily, I think. Although I'm not sure that she actually has a choice here.
Freya treating Missa Kate like Terry Funk used to treat a ladder.
Airplane spin that.
As a weapon, and the Hex tried to intervene and counter, and it went from bad to worse.
1 second.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't trust this referee.
Why don't you like people?
I love people.
Let's see.
I'm a humanitarian.
Something like that.
I don't eat people.
No, I hope not. Freya the Slayer, though. We're going to eat up the competition.
Oh.
Cannonball in the corner. And the Hex has been stacked up and maybe about to be disposed of. 2 count.
But here's where Freya made a mistake. Did you notice that? Cannonball. Play to this audience here, just for a brief moment. In that moment, she could have been victorious. Is that going to come back to bite her?
Well, we may not have time to discuss that as we take out that cannonball one more time. All impact in the corner.
But look at this.
Back live. Missa Kate just took a shot at the throat of Freya the Slayer.
No, I do not. If I'm Missa Kate, I am not.
I think Missa was expressing a lot of the things you were saying out here to Freya about why that wasn't enough to take the Hex out.
Well, I've always liked her. I'll tell you that much.
Missa?
Of course.
Somebody go back to 3 minutes ago in the feed. Be that as it may. Check out the strikes. Check out the physicality. These are 2 heavy hitters. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what division you're in. I don't care what titles you've won. You don't want to face the shots of Freya or Missa Kate. Double chop.
All right, we got the Hex joining us here. You know, what these two are doing, Joe, this is what I told you.
What are you doing here? Aren't you in this match?
Yeah, we'll just let them destroy each other. What the heck? We'll just pick up the pieces, Joe. Come on.
Don't get hot.
This is how a tag team works, baby.
Well,
No.
okay, but listen.
Yeah,
You
maybe
guys are a tag team, and only one of you can win the match.
it doesn't matter, I told you. Late cool.
There's no reason why we both can't be women's champions.
Absolutely.
Exactly. You know what's up.
I do know what's up.
Wait, you gotta pay.
Do it.
Yeah,
Joe, you got it. There you go, right in, Hex. Come on.
There's a backbreaker. You know, if Freya would have got a pin while they were out here, they would have screwed themselves out of the
No,
shot.
they were paying attention the entire time. You tried to distract them.
I was trying. They came over to talk to us.
Well, you invited them.
What?
Look. Oh, a boot right to the face.
Check out the extension by Freya. 3-time OVW Women's Champion.
I think
by
that's
the
her
way.
real hair.
Discus forearm by Marty Bell.
Oh! Marty Bell probably should have stayed out here at the announce desk.
Missa Kate. Full extension on that side kick. Allison Kay. A dangerous AK-47 back with a neck breaker. Oh, check out that power by Freya. Allison didn't want to go, but she had no choice. My God.
But again, Freya, look at her.
Well, I mean, this is how Freya dominates. It's how she dominates in Louisville, how she dominated 2 years ago here at the Expo. And it's not often you see Missa Kate doubled over in pain from one shot, but it just happened.
I mean, it's a shot that came from Freya the Slayer. What is she thinking right now? Freya up on the top of it, you can see in the bottom right corner of your screen, the Hex gathering themselves.
And Freya's gathering Missa Kate. Oh, there's that double team.
This is not, I don't know that this is going to end well.
Look out! The Hex get the better of it.
That was a super fall away slam, but I don't think Freya was able to rotate completely, and in turn, what happened there was kind of a splash off the top slash. I mean, that was just destructive for everybody.
I mean, Freya not only got power bombed, but she got landed on, basically. Double team now on Missa Kate. The Hex really think they can both be co-champions? I don't know that. Nice drop kick by Missa Kate.
You wouldn't know much about friendship, but that's what real friends do.
Not so sure that happens that often, but a cool effect, as you said. Missa Kate now has Marty Bell in trouble. Follow through on Allison Kay.
Imagine my best friend in the entire universe, Matt Cardona, and I both won a championship. We'd split it.
That'd be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, wait a minute. There's a reversal.
Well, duck under there.
Nice side. You think if Cardona ever gets his Squared Circle Expo title back, he'd share it with you?
He would if he, yeah, absolutely.
Not on your life. Missa Kate, though, her career depended on this rally. AK goes downstairs. Could be looking for AK-47. Signaling for Marty. Oh, there goes double team.
Wait a minute.
Freya knew that would be it for Missa. She saved her own title by pulling Marty out. And that credible kick to the back. But wait a minute. There's Freya, who scoops up the remains, got rid of Kate,
Ladies and
won
gentlemen,
this.
the winner of this match, and still SCX Women's Champion, Freya the Slayer.
Josh, that's the kick that Missa Kate usually wins her matches with. She calls a kick fillet.
Oh, she still ended the match with it.
Yeah, and Freya, I think, knew that as well. Mark of a champion. Let's check out that Towers of Doom one more time. And you can see Missa landed on Freya's head.
And yet somehow Freya the Slayer still, Mr. Kate trying to get after her, but no, Freya's out of here.
You see one more time how Freya pulled out Marty Bell. That kick fillet connected, and AK-47 was out. Freya knew it. It was all about timing and opportunistic nature for Freya to retain that women's championship.
Missa knows right now, and that's why she's as angry as she is. She knows that she had that one.
Yeah.
Freya was just too smart for it, too quick for her.
That was Missa's kick that got the 3 count, but Freya was ready and protected her championship, and that's one of many reasons why Freya's so
And if
decorated.
you hadn't distracted them,
I didn't do anything.
if you hadn't distracted them over here, they would have been able to focus.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, you can see.
You hear them calling my name?
Yeah, well, I mean, how much you pay them?
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is a tag team matchup.
Oh boy, things about to get crazy.
Introducing first, from the Black Hills Sanitarium,
Come on, let's go get him!
Crazy Steve.
Well, we know Crazy Steve is more than a little unhinged, more than a little unpredictable, and we have seen him a number of times, again, a Squared Circle Expo veteran, but every time he comes out, it looks like he gets a little bit more dangerous.
Crazy Steve gets crazy. You don't get less crazy with age, right? Every year that goes by.
Some people mellow out. Not Steve.
No, not Steve. Every single year that I've seen him here at Squared Circle Expo, he has gotten crazier and crazier and crazier. There's our 5th match of the evening. Gets set here. Crazy Steve is waiting on his opponent. Here we go.
It's actually his tag team partner.
Tag team partner.
But he's an opponent of pretty much everybody.
The Bible Belt, the guiding light, Matthew Taylor.
Matthew Taylor making his way to the ring. You see what happened was, I was so focused on Crazy Steve, I thought Taylor had already made his way to the ring.
The man that says he preaches the gospel of the light, to me he's a false prophet. To me he's a glorified cult leader. Matthew Taylor says he has the way to your salvation, and clearly he is one of the many reasons why Crazy Steve is more disturbed than we've ever seen, because Matt Taylor knows how to manipulate others for his advantage.
Is this Crazy Steve's salvation? Crazy Steve looks like he wants to go right back up, celebrate with the crowd. Taylor telling him, no, this is not what we do.
Steve not used to that kind of acceptance, I think, very often in his life, whether it's here in Squared Circle, whether it's in the Decay, whether it's everywhere he goes, he gets funny looks. People don't want to approach him.
Coming to the ring by Danny Deal.
Speaking of funny looks.
They're from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey.
He's the NWA Mid-American Champion, Jeremiah Plunkett. He's the NWA World's Junior Heavyweight Champion, Alex Taylor. They are ill-begotten.
Well, the ill-begotten, of course, with Danny Deals. He hit me up with some good merch earlier on. I hope it's on the level, but be that as it may.
That's probably going to stain your skin, but
get that pre-match selfie. Alex Taylor, certainly somebody I've known very well. I've encountered with in JCW, and certainly part of the NWA as well as part of the Southern Six with Kerry Morton and Silas Mason, Kenzie Page, James Storm. A number of men and women have been throughout that group over the past number of months. But Jeremiah Plunkett, a veteran in his own right, the ill-begotten, popular NWA faction a couple of years ago, still together, still riding the roads and making the town.
This is the first time in about 2-3 years that they have teamed together.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity for them. It's crazy. I don't. These people cheer for Crazy Steve. I wouldn't.
Well, hey, I think Crazy Steve, people respect the effort he gives, and they respect that he's here year after year plying his trade. And wait, by the way, what does Matt Taylor have? Does he have that wine?
Looks like a bottle of wine.
That holy water?
I heard it started out as water.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Wants the embrace of Crazy Steve. Surrender your thoughts to me, because I will show you the way as your guiding light.
What's happening over here?
Speaketh Matthew Taylor. And Steve wanted to hug his opponent.
Well, he doesn't know. Look at him. Oh, hug the referee. Check your wallet.
Oh, stop it.
What?
Referee's done nothing to you. Well, Steve has found a way to let some love into his heart. And no, Danny Deals, I don't think is going to be interested. And if Steve goes into the crowd, we'll be here a while, because we got an overflow crowd as part of Squared Circle Expo 5. And I couldn't be happier to watch us grow year after year.
The crowd is enormous. There's a lot of them, too. This is what a show.
Well, I think people see through the dogma of Matthew Taylor and see through to the inner character of Crazy Steve and who and what he really is in spite of his look.
And what is that?
He's a human. He wants to love and be loved, just like all of us want, basically.
This is the first time that the Obi-Wan have gotten back together since like 2023. This is monumental, Mr. Dombrowski. You got to tell him about it.
Absolutely is. And well,
I already covered that.
A special reunion for a special event here tonight as part of Squared Circle Expo. I don't believe that's on, but you can wear it anyway. It looks good on you.
These days, I had to do it. It's a Squared Circle Expo, bro. You know what we're talking about.
Absolutely. No, we're happy to have you out here. What's the strategy? What have you told your team to do?
I just had to go here and don't go in.
Well, straight and to the point. It works. We'll see if it works.
Who says you can't teach somebody how to manage?
Okay, well, hey, Danny Deals is on board, so I'm on board too. We're ready. We got the hot news, we got the hot deals, and we got hot action here as part of Squared Circle Expo 5. And Alex Taylor, the reigning NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, starting out now center of the ring with Crazy Steve.
Crazy Steve rolling through. Look at this. The athleticism.
Yes.
He's not just crazy.
No.
He's a heck of an athlete as well.
He's crazy good. That's what he is. And maybe gonna ride Alex Taylor amateur style, but Taylor quickly back in the saving grace of Mr. Plunkett.
But let's talk about the saving grace of Taylor over here. Listen to him. Look at him. He is calming Crazy Steve down. Crazy Steve listening to these people.
Something to be said about that, because I mean, you have seen, as have I over the years, Crazy Steve is very erratic. He's very impulsive. He doesn't exactly strategize. He just reacts to things, right?
I mean, this is true. I can't argue that. But what I am going to say is that maybe he should take this opportunity, Taylor being he. I'm saying maybe Taylor takes this opportunity to let Steve be a little bit of that craziness, because if you mute that just a little too much, maybe you're taking, it's like, cutting the hair. You know what I'm saying? It's putting a little kryptonite in Superman's soup. Like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to take away from him.
Time will tell if it becomes a part of the strategy of Matthew Taylor, as Alex Taylor, the opposition in the ring now, standing side switches back and forth on both these athletes, looking for the leverage, looking for the advantage. Trip up, and again, Steve has Alex in a compromising position, and he gets out of there. Alex, stepping out of his weight class, by the way. He beat Joe Alonzo for that junior title 303 days ago. But Steve, a little bit bigger than Mr. Alonzo.
Yeah, well, the weight class is changing again right now.
No kidding. Jeremiah Plunkett, the veteran.
And look at, but somehow a veteran, but Plunkett still managed to fall.
And yeah, Matthew Taylor's as tagged in, and because he baited him in. False sense of security. Oh, but you can't stop the power of Plunkett, the 19-year pro, trained once upon a time for the likes of Chase Stevens and Tracy Smothers. What an education that is.
Without question, trained by some of the best.
Yes. And Taylor going to work now with Alex Taylor, I should say, on Matthew Taylor. We'll try to keep that thing clear.
Taylor just threw Taylor right into the boot there. Now Taylor looks to definitely be in control over Taylor. Drops to hold. Oh!
Nice double team by the ill-begotten into the cover, and barely a count of two. And Danny Deal's strategy of just go out there and win, so far, seems to be going well. Notice the veteranship of Plunkett to back up into his own corner, tag in Alex, nice butterfly suplex, hook in the leg for two. Certainly you can see, as check out one more time, some of that double team offense. Very apparent that even though it's been a couple of years since the ill-begotten have teamed together, they have not lost a step of their chemistry or cohesion.
No, not at all. I think what they had is not something you do forget. They fell right back into it. And again, it's not like these two have been retired in that time period.
No, not at all.
They've gone on to win singles championships.
Yeah. And
so coming right back in here.
Alex Taylor went on to become part of the Southern Six. So again, another team mentality.
Can you name all six members?
Well, I know there's Silas. I know there's Kerry Morton. I know Ricky Morton's there once upon a time, in and out. But the focus here is on Alex Taylor.
We did a stage show over this weekend, Squared Circle Expo.
Yes.
And they named all six, except they definitely didn't name six. I'm not sure there are six members.
Well, I mean, Tracy Smothers used to say a thug can't spell. Maybe a Southerner can't count. I don't know.
You said it, not me.
I said maybe. Maybe at least those Southerners.
Beautiful scoop slam there by Alex.
Alex Taylor, product of the Black and the Brave school, by the way. But he really embraces those old school roots. Southern Six! Oh, no. And a very precarious landing.
And right on the Southern, too, right there.
Yeah, an ill-begotten landing, if you will, as Matthew Taylor showing he'll take a shortcut or two if he has to.
Well, Matthew Taylor also reminding people that
over.
Just because he's spending his time trying to bring people in to his way, to show them the light, doesn't mean that he isn't able to get in there into the ring and do everything that he wants to do.
No
Get
doubt.
everything done. Look at him.
Matthew Taylor, a veteran in his own right, and he's been very persuasive for a very long time at the Midwest circuit. And the fact that he's been able to get such a mental stronghold over other people speaks to his command of the wrestling industry, of his command to dictate a match, control the mood of the audience, of his opponents, of his partners. Matthew Taylor is just simply in control no matter what he does.
Well, most certainly in control right now. Crazy Steve looks on. Not sure he even knows he's in a match right now, but
he was reading Taylor's book a couple of minutes ago. I wonder if he picked up any life lessons.
this is a unique lock that he has on the arm of Alex Taylor. Really working that wrist and elbow at the same time.
Yeah, it's almost a variation of a Kimura, but he's lower on the arm, and has that double wrist control. And now sends Taylor for the ride, ducked by Alex, and a mid-ring all-Taylor collision. That could be a turning point in the match right now. You notice the body language of Mr. Deals has changed.
Maybe he should change his pants while he's at it too.
Crowd wants to see Crazy Steve once again because they know the mood is going to change and anything is liable to happen. Here comes Jeremiah Plunkett. Here comes Crazy Steve.
Up and over there, Crazy Steve off the ropes.
Yeah, building that head of steam, that momentum, the back roll. Plunkett doesn't know what direction Steve's coming from.
Oh,
Twist the neck, nicely done. Swing and a miss. Alex Taylor on the receiving end, tripped up. And he gets a piece of it as well. Oh, it is all Crazy Steve. And whether you want to credit his competitive fire or the direction of Matthew Taylor, either way, it is Steve unloading on both members of the LB Gotten at one time.
oh.
Hip block and Taylor into Plunkett, stacks them up.
Look at tag has been made, going to the top, but a tag has been made.
And I don't
Fans don't like this. I don't care what the fans want. You're trying to win a match.
Well, Crazy Steve could have won the match.
Yeah, but it's not a popularity contest. Crazy Steve shouldn't be arguing with Taylor right now.
Steve wasn't ready to tag out. Who made Matthew Taylor the leader of this team? Just because he wants to be.
He is the leader. Wait a minute.
Danny Deals, almost got that book right upside the head, and Deals just spit that beverage into Taylor, and Steve taking a chunk out of his own tag team partner and feeding him to the wolves. The elevated DDT, the LB Gotten back together, and a triple stack pin.
Well, I hope he's
Ladies
happy.
and gentlemen, the winners of this match, Jeremiah Plunkett, Alex Taylor, LB Gotten.
Well, I hope LB Gotten is happy with that. I hope Deals is happy with that, because who's going to take care of Crazy Steve now?
Well, that may be a question. He may need another hug or two.
Yeah, who's going to care for him? Who's going to feed him?
Oh, there we got a hug. And as we enjoy the hug live, we can enjoy the replay. That elevated DDT, nicely done by the LB Gotten. And just in case, for good measure, Crazy Steve makes sure that, he's excommunicated himself from Matthew Taylor's direction.
Well, I think he's going to live to regret that. People need direction. Matthew Taylor is providing direction.
You just said yourself that you didn't want Matthew Taylor to stifle and smother him too much.
Oh, I said maybe he shouldn't. I was just giving advice.
Well, clearly it worked because Crazy Steve didn't win the match, but he still leaves with a smile on his face. And a spinneroonie! I wish Mark Madden were here to call that.
Well, you and you both.
Well, hey, the LB Gotten make a new friend whether they want him or not and get a victory, and the winners share the purse money.
Ladies and gentlemen, our
Love
next
that
match is a
Are you
15-minute
related to
time
that guy?
limit,
What's the deal?
and it is for the NWA World Television Championship.
Oh boy, here we go.
Not surprised this man's ego fit in our hotel tonight.
Oh, he had the penthouse suite.
Weighing in at 228 pounds, from Huntington Beach, California, he is the pearl of the NWA, the most successful man at SCX Expo, the most successful man in pro wrestling, the NWA World Television Champion, Carson Drake!
Really proud of that dance. What was that dance?
Oh, it's something.
Carson Drake, the 69th ever NWA World Television Champion, defeated Max the Impaler. For that honor, we've seen Carson the past number of years here at Squared Circle Expo actually challenge for the NWA World's title.
And that dance, by the way, that was just a little string attached to him.
A year ago against...
Those trunks right there look like my mom's powder room.
Let's see. It was Carson EC3 a year ago, faced Nick Aldis a year before that. So Carson used to facing some very formidable World Championship caliber competition. And while his opponent tonight has not been a world champion, certainly he has all the tools to make it there and could be the world TV champion tonight.
Well, it looks like he's got a championship already.
He's from Hackensack, New Jersey, the real one, formerly known as Enzo.
Yeah, Enzo didn't get that one from a toy store aisle, that's for sure. That's worth a lot of money. And Enzo, who has a amateur boxing background, what? Okay, Carson just got my attention to tell me that Enzo's a bum, which I don't agree with that, by the way. I've seen Enzo compete all over the U.S., all over the world, but a man that says he's got the gift of gab and the gift of jab, Carson Drake better look out, because that smug look on his face may not look the same by the time this match is done.
You know, there are some people who have belts with money signs, and then there are some people who have money. Carson Drake has money. Enzo Amore has a beautiful looking belt. Not a championship, but a belt.
Everybody knows
that I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest champ in the room. How you doing?
Definitely not the realest champ in the room. There's one person who won the championship, has an actual recognized championship, and that's Carson Drake.
For now.
Oh, what do we got over here? We got a hater. We got a hater.
You're probably hating on me, because the title I'm wearing is a lot prettier than yours. Hey, whose title do you like better?
Like the championship that was actually won, that actually puts money in the bank, not the one that cost him an arm and a leg.
The man is not making the title here in the case of Carson Drake. Very much the other way around.
All right, we don't need to do this again, okay, Carson Daly? Hey, listen, this isn't MTV. No, this is the Squared Circle Expo. But it doesn't mean that this doesn't have to be a little TRL. I'm still taking requests, people, okay? Even though I might be wrestling Carson Daly, which might go over a few of you little kids' heads, but that's okay, okay?
Because I might just have to hit you with a right hand shabam. How you doing? Maybe an open palm slap, take a dark nap. How you doing? Maybe a haymaker, pancake. Because I got the gift of gab and the gift of jab, and I'm ready to put both of them to work. Because, hey, this ain't 1979, pal, and I have no problem smashing a pumpkin. This is 2025, and the best of all time is still alive. And I am the new flyweight champion of fourth rope. That's right, rope, because you people are the fourth rope, and I jump off you. And right now, I am about to prove that Carson Drake, you ain't Drake, you fake, you're a Fugazi. Yes, yes, yes. No, listen, I'm gonna go 0 to 100 with you people real quick, because there's only one word to describe you, and I am gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T. How you doing?
That's definitely not how you spell that.
So there you go, 9 days ago at Fourth Rope in Las Vegas, Nevada, Real One defeated a litany of other contenders in a battle royal, including the likes of AJ Francis and Brian Keith and Isaiah Broner, Nick Nemeth, Tommy Dreamer, Rich Swann, Richard Holiday, Sidney Akeem. The list goes on and on.
First of all, who hasn't beaten Rich Swann? I have.
Oh, stop it. So that championship that you belittled. So
I'm not belittling it. First of all, it should have been on AJ Francis. I mean, listen, who would have looked better with that championship with all of those? What I'm saying is it doesn't have the lineage. It doesn't have the lineage and the history of the NWA. I mean, look, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Men like Lex Luger, Arn Anderson, Barry Windham, Ricky Steamboat, Great Muta, Dusty Rhodes, Tully Blanchard, on down the line. Greg Valentine, who was here earlier today as part of our expo. Just a few of the names. Ric Flair, of course, who has held the NWA World Television Championship over a storied history. And there's a nice takedown in the early going by Enzo, who is not your traditional mat grappler. He's not your traditional catch-as-catch-can athlete, but he is a fighter and a survivor and a winner. Not only the current fourth rope champion, but also a former WWE Cruiserweight champion as well.
You know, you named a lot of people, but one person that you refuse to give credit to is Carson Drake. Carson Drake is the current NWA television champion.
He is.
You know that one leads to another. One champion that you named had to lose that championship to another one of the people you named, and so on and so forth until it got to Carson Drake, which means he is better than every single person that came before him. That's just how championships work.
I don't think that's how that works at all. Especially because the championship was dormant for about 20 years. When we had it today, there was a takedown.
Well, they were just waiting.
I see.
For Carson Drake to be born.
I will say this about Carson Drake. As Enzo comes up with a satellite head scissors, Carson, the youngest, I believe, world television champion in history. I think Carson Drake is great. I think he's got all the tools to be very, very big in this business, even bigger than he is right now. My problem is I don't think it's physically possible for Carson Drake to be as good as Carson Drake thinks he already is.
And that might be the case, but listen, confidence never hurt anybody. Overconfidence did, but confidence didn't. So as long as he keeps it in check, and so far, I don't think you or I have seen anything out of Carson Drake that shows that he's overconfident.
Well, Carson Drake bragging to me earlier today that he just bought his latest house. And certainly that means the NWA paychecks are treating him well. The title defense, the big money challenges that Carson Drake has been able to overcome, they're going straight into that bank account, and maybe justifiably so. Pace Quickens here, and Drake a takedown. And a second time. Carson's added a lot of size, upper body mass, since I first saw him a number of years ago, and now mocking Enzo.
And listen, we have to, you talk about the people that he's been able to be victorious over lately. Look, Enzo's not a walk in the park.
No.
He might be a goofball, but the reality is he's not a walk in the park. This guy he's incredibly talented in the ring as much as he is on the microphone. But I'm saying that he's in there with a guy who is currently holding one of the most prestigious championships in the history of professional wrestling.
You're not wrong, but that doesn't intimidate Enzo. Enzo doesn't subscribe to maybe the lineage being a daunting, intimidating factor. In Enzo's mind, he's got that same confidence that you spoke about a moment ago. In Enzo's mind, he's worthy of being in this matchup. He's worthy of having his name on that list. Will it happen? We'll find out.
He's getting closer to it right now, I'll tell you that much.
Enzo controlling Carson, keeping him in his grasp, but the long legs of Drake and that lower body power enabled the counter, but Enzo right back up and down into the side headlock. Enzo is keeping Drake at bay. No surprises here, as long as Enzo maintains head control.
Enzo illegally utilizing his ropes.
Oh, wait a minute. Now that was looking like it was going to be a clean break, but Drake wrenched the arm of Enzo, and his neck violently snapped back against that top ring cable. 2 count only, and I mean, that maneuver right there is something that could end somebody up in the hospital. But Drake doesn't care. He saw an opening and he pounced.
And now Drake's made it to the top. Hammering down onto Enzo.
A series of rights, rapid fire succession, and you know what? I bet Drake couldn't care less if he got disqualified because he'd still leave with his championship.
Yeah, I mean, how do you disagree with that? They end the match while he's in control and he keeps the championship.
Nice side slam by Drake, hooks the leg.
That's it.
2.5. Some champions want to prove they're worthy of the title.
Yeah, they're the ones who lose the title.
By winning decisively. Nice chin lock, sleeper hold by Drake. He's got great ring positioning as well. The instincts and the wherewithal of this young man, Carson Drake, I mean, wise beyond his years, I have to say.
5 minutes gone. 10 minutes remain in the time limit.
15-minute time limit in this matchup, and a 2 count only. I believe in the NWA currently, time limit has been 6 minutes and 5 seconds. Of course, back in the heyday, once upon a time, it was a 10-minute television time limit, but adjusted rules here.
Which means that Carson Drake, one of two things is going to happen. Either he's got more time than usual to dish out punishment, or he's going to find himself in no man's land, a place where he's not used to being. That's past that 6:05 mark.
Yeah, bottom line, longer he's got to wait out the clock is, I think, the most apropos way of putting it, because you know, a draw certainly goes to the advantage of the champion, but can Drake withstand 15 minutes of Enzo? He's doing a great job thus far.
I mean, what, can he withstand 15 minutes of this? I think so.
Well, yeah, he's doing a great job now.
You could.
But the way the pendulum swings, you can't count Enzo out. Drake is on the offensive right now.
No, but you actually literally can count Enzo out if he doesn't get back into the ring and then still champion Carson Drake.
Boy, you're looking for any shortcut possible for Carson to get out of here as quickly as possible.
You know, you call it a shortcut. Let me ask you something. You're heading home for, you know, a hard day's work. You taking a shortcut, or are you going to take the long way? Who takes the long way? Who takes the long way when all they want to do at the end of that you want to walk out champion? At the end of that you want to get home safely. Okay. You take the shortcut.
If the shortcut is on a road I'm legally allowed to be on, that's fine. But I'm not gonna drive across the grass to get there.
First of all,
oh wait a minute, Enzo got tripped up. Carson Drake, a desperation maneuver. He realized that Enzo had turned things around on the outside, where his advantage, that street fight mentality, played a big part in Enzo recovering, and Carson had to get desperate and had to get sneaky.
I just want to say, if you don't want me to drive on your lawn, don't have that little ramp thing that comes from the street right up next to it.
Oh my goodness, wait, Enzo up and over. He's driving forward with offense, nicely
almost
done.
Sent him out of the ring.
Head scissors out of the corner.
But Carson Drake managed to get that back elbow, and now Cup, no.
And you could tell Carson was determined, incensed that was not a 3 count. Carson wants to get this done for and get to the shower.
In there.
That makes
great focus. Great focus there on the.
And stuck on the clothesline. Nicely done. Both men collide with one another. And you can see once again in the replay, the head scissors by Enzo. And Drake on top. Got a near fall situation. A turning point in this matchup could be moments away as champion challenger. Oh, the champion baited Enzo in. And Enzo he hit face and forehead first in that middle turnbuckle, which is a thin padding over a steel bolt, and he is not moving. And we may be moments away from Carson Drake, another successful World's Television title defense.
I think they're asking for a 450, reverse 450 splash.
They're saying Carson sucks.
Well, it's your opinion.
Oh, look, wait a minute, Enzo! His opinion is he didn't want to see anything. And the dreaded Kevin Sullivan-esque tree of woe for Carson Drake. Oh, Carson's
a bit of a three-point stance right here. Oh!
Forearm shot.
You know, he's in the ropes right there. If the ref knew how to count past one, he'd do something.
He was stuck, couldn't get him out.
Oh, look, he can too.
Oh, imagine the phone calls that'll do it. Oh, a high-impact shot there. Billy Corgan is going to get blown up with phone calls if he finds out that he's got Enzo on his roster now.
I'm going to text him right now.
Enzo looking to make it a reality. Clothesline. Modified Bulldog takedown. Carson is reeling, and we may be moments away from the championship trading hands.
Moments away from Carson's head being in the third row.
Punt kick. Carson Drake never saw it coming. The windup, the pitch, and the strikeout. That could be it. No.
Carson Drake.
Just barely, though. Just barely.
But that's ring awareness. That is ring awareness that you don't see from somebody as young as Carson Drake.
That's true.
Enzo didn't think that was going to happen. Thought he had it in the bag. Didn't have to move
10
him away
minutes
from the
gone.
ropes.
5 minutes remain.
Well, Enzo's got 5 minutes to work with if he hopes to keep Drake down for the elusive 1-2-3.
And like we talked about, Carson Drake here, he's in a place where he hasn't been in a while, and that's past the 6:05 mark.
Yeah, looking to go high risk. Superplex coming up. Headbutt between the eyes. Great counter by the young champion. Enzo's prone.
Carson Drake may be taking a little too much time here.
Oh, look at the dance with the hips and the string. That's so stupid.
This is maybe not the time. Hey.
He looks so proud of himself, too, like it's a talent. Drops the fist.
That might be it.
Yep. Did he get all of it? 2 count. Oh, Enzo found something else. I thought Enzo got knocked out by either that shot or perhaps the one before it because he wasn't moving.
I think maybe it was the one before it. I think this one may have not. They may have woken him up.
Well,
Carson Drake, he has an idea here.
Yeah, has Enzo back in precarious territory. Superplex coming up. Bob Orton-esque if he can hit it. Enzo, he's got a death grip on that top rope with his right hand, though. Oh, but Carson broke it and connected. And he hangs on with it. Oh, this is huge. Jackhammer. Carson the cover. Carson Drake. No.
Wow. I thought that was it for sure. So did Carson.
Well, if Carson's not successful with a definitive victory, Enzo could be causing a lot of problems in Carson's life, petitioning for a return match if he doesn't outright win tonight, and Carson's getting desperate.
Going back up to the top, motioning for an elbow drop, a backwards elbow drop. Maybe not the smartest thing.
Well, Enzo saw it coming. Carson telegraphed it, and an offensive explosion by Enzo.
Enzo quickly gets Carson up to that top rope.
And Enzo showdown's done. Superplex. Float over.
But he does not.
Got him. No.
I don't want to say it's a lazy cover. I think it's a tired cover right there.
Yeah, I'm certainly not laziness, but I mean, for Enzo, who may have been knocked out, not, minute and a half, 2 minutes ago, everything we're seeing from Enzo just speaks to his intestinal fortitude.
Well, now he says this is it. Carson's getting back up to his feet. Oh!
Steps off the DDT. How are you doing? You may be the next champion. Enzo's got 2, and Carson slides the shoulder. Man, you can almost sense history in the making, just moments away.
Looking for a sharpshooter. Bret Hart was here earlier at Squared Circle Expo.
And check out the ring positioning. Carson Drake is nowhere near a rope. Carson Drake is debating, tapping away the television title, the agony he is in. That bridge helps a little bit. The lower Enzo gets, the more pressure's being applied, and Enzo's trying to sift back deep, and Carson trying to bridge the other way.
Carson's looking for those ropes. I'm not sure how close he is to them, though.
Not close enough. He's inching. Champion can see this title reign flash before his eyes. It could be over in moments. And Enzo sitting back down. He takes away Carson's leverage. Carson may be immobile from this point forward. Look how low to the ground Enzo is. There's no daylight there.
That was too much on Enzo's back, and you know that takes a lot out of you to put that hold on.
No doubt, you're supporting those thick legs of Drake, contorting them and fighting against the momentum Drake was building, and Drake to his feet drops Enzo with a stunner. And again, that goes back to the fact that Enzo may have been knocked out in this matchup a few minutes ago.
Maybe knocked out right now.
Yeah. And it's so much to just come back from that and have that strength as we see some of the highlights. We've seen that DDT from Enzo. Nearly put this away a couple of moments ago. And now back live, Carson Drake hooks the leg. Enzo reverses, has him cradled for 2. Swing and a miss. Here's Carson to roll up. Has him trapped in. Both these men just half a second away. Wait a minute. The bell is sounded.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time limit has expired. This match is a draw.
Only a decision you can render. Neither man able to best the other definitively in 15 long minutes. And as a result, no titles change hands, but also no official winner. And you got to believe this crowd is disappointed.
Oh, there's a winner. There's a winner. It's the one who's walking out champion.
Well, they're both champions.
Well,
you see some
I'm also wearing a belt right now, but it doesn't mean anything.
It's not a championship. Can't see it with that gaudy jacket you got on.
Thank you.
Crowd wants to see 5 more minutes, but that was not in the contract. I'm not sure if that's in the cards. But what an incredible fight from both these men. I'm not a big fan of Carson Drake, the person, but I got to tip my hat to his fight tonight to defend that television title. And Enzo is trying to say mine versus Enzo's trying to schedule title for title here if the match restarts.
I think it should. That's a prestigious championship Enzo has. Carson Drake would love it. But you know what? Hey, he's done.
Yeah, Carson Drake
fulfilled his obligations.
Yeah. He put in about 2.5 times what he normally does on NWA broadcasts, and Carson is leaving with that meal ticket, that World's TV title, and all the decades of lineage that come with it. But the real one, Enzo, still the champion of the people here tonight in Indianapolis.
No, he's also the champion of the 4th row, or fourth rope.
4th row.
And the 4th row.
Right, the 4th row, the 3rd row, they all love him.
Well, not the 2nd row, that's for sure.
Wow. That's the row you bought off.
Beg your pardon?
I mean, that's your fans.
Oh, yeah. We'll call my name in a minute.
Let's see. Well, Enzo retains the flyweight championship of 4th rope, which, of course, was not at stake, and it's Carson Drake retaining the NWA World Television title here in beautiful, scenic Indianapolis, Indiana.
I love the shot that they get of us in between the matches, too.
Wow. Neither of us ever looked better. But still so much more still to come. Can you believe we're going to crown a brand new Squared Circle Expo champion before we go off the air here? Right here on the MyFandom App YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're going to, and I'm going to tell you, the people, if you haven't downloaded the MyFandom App, what?
I know those wells.
God, no.
It's Gertner!
No.
It's Gertner!
No! Get him. He's following me everywhere. Get him out of here.
Oh, the sexual intellectual
Oh,
is here.
God.
ECW original.
Look at that gaudy jacket.
You want to talk?
I know it's Saturday, it's match 7. You guys can do better than that. Come on. You guys want to be here, don't you?
I did.
That makes everyone but me. So here's my deal. I'm not from here, thankfully. I came in on an airplane, and 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, I get to be right back on my way home. I got my convention money yesterday at the start. And the money for this show I got at 8 p.m. sharp because the promoter, Ed, he's a carny. He would sell his mother for $1 and give back 80 cents change.
Well, see, now at least he's making sense, you know?
Oh, come on.
So if I were any kind of real hot shot, I'd be in the car all the way away from Indianapolis, Indiana. But instead, I have stuck around not for any of you, because you handing me $30 or $50 does not give you the privilege of being my friend. I have decided to stick around tonight out of the kindness of my heart.
You know, Joel and I have had our differences in the past, but he's making a lot of sense tonight.
I love to be here in Indy, and I was in the parking lot with this girl named Cindy. That's what you guys want, right? Is that what you guys want? There's nothing like the first time, and it's my first time at Squared Circle Expo. None of you bitches could be first, but one of y'all could be next, though. That's what you guys want, right?
You love the limericks.
And let's, by the way, first of all, I'm not going to take the time to introduce myself because you proved when I came through the pipe and drape that you all know who the hell I am. But I want you guys to know tonight who the hell I'm rolling with. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce from Indianapolis, Indiana, 293 pounds, Drew Skills. From Indianapolis, Indiana, 215 pounds, Apollo Star. These are the Soul Shooters.
Oh, well, Gertner secured the services of one of the best teams in this part of the country. Gertner's managing the Soul Shooters. Do I hear that right?
You know what? Look, it's about time Joel Gertner gets his head on straight, starts managing teams that are going to get him victories.
Well, we've seen the Soul Shooters over the years have some incredible matches. Saw them, of course, contest for the Tag Team Championship a year ago against Heath and Rhino, and, of course, the current champions, the newest Rockers. They've certainly been chasing those titles since pretty much day one.
Look at that guy. Looks like Sean Ross Sapp and AJ Styles had a baby.
But is Joel Gertner the missing piece to the puzzle that could take the Soul Shooters all the way?
You know, I'm going to say something. A lot of people might be confused why I didn't like Joel Gertner when he came out here. You know, we've in some other promotions had a couple of issues, couple of run-ins. I don't necessarily agree with the people that he's been backing.
I can't imagine someone not liking you.
Well, it's not. It's nothing personal about me. It's just the choices that he's made. But now what I'm seeing, you know what I'm seeing right now? I'm seeing the real Joel Gertner. I'm seeing the Joel Gertner that doesn't care about what these fans think. Because at the end of the day, these fans aren't paying him.
Wait, cut the music.
He got
It's
all the
too
money.
good. These people don't deserve it.
maybe I should go ahead too and introduce their opponents, should I? Their opponents are a couple of Nepo babies with bad genetics. How's that for a winning combination? Their opponents are tied in with Joe Kazana Promotions. I'm still here Saturday, 10 p.m. I can't get the hell out of town. And Joe Kazana Promotions? It makes me wonder, should I go back to New York City, sell that lemonade stand of mine, put those Girl Scouts out of work, take the $350 and buy Joe Kazana Promotions a 600 square foot rent by the week studio on 38th and Post? Or would it be worse just to let Joe Kazana keep the career and life that he has made for himself?
Wow.
Well, some harsh words by Joel Gertner. Speaking of the country gentlemen, the opponents tonight of the Soul Shooters. And
they don't even want to show up anymore.
Why is Gertner so hot?
Accompanied to the ring by Papa Joe Kazana at a combined weight of 569 pounds. This match is for the United States Tag Team Championship. From Bullhead Ranch, Tennessee, Bull-Headed Brute, AJ Kazana. His partner is White Lightning, Casey Kazana. They are the Country Gentlemen.
The NWA United States Tag Team Champions, Country Gentlemen.
Yeah, and they've got the legendary Joe Kazana, the namesake of Joe Kazana Promotions and NWA.
I thought that was Colonel Sanders.
Well, I did get a little hungry looking at him, but the NWA affiliate company in Knoxville, Tennessee. Of course, the Kazana name goes back many generations in that part of the country. Of course, if you're unfamiliar with Joe Kazana, longtime journeyman athlete, appeared in WCW, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, a number of other organizations through his storied career. But now passing on the knowledge.
He even has a song.
To his
Joe Kazana, Don't You Cry For Me.
I don't think that's the same person. AJ and KC Kazana. And who would have thought anywhere in wrestling you would see Joe Kazana and Joel Gertner on opposite ends of the ring in a managerial capacity? Only in Squared Circle Expo.
Yeah, I mean, thank God.
What's that mean?
That it's only here in Squared Circle Expo.
What do you have
Once
against
a year.
What do you have against the Kazanas?
I got nothing against the Kazanas. This is what I got to see. I got to see the Colonel here and Joel Gertner.
Who are you to make fun of how anyone else is dressed?
Well, I mean, look at me.
Do I have to?
Can you not?
I like to focus on the monitor here. Is the Soul Shooters.
There I am.
Can't take their. Oh, wow. You watch the match.
Is that a branding iron?
I believe it is. Looking to leave their mark on Squared Circle Expo in more ways than one, as looks like KC, I believe the younger brother of the Kazanas, KC, going to start out with Apollo Star. You got to think this would be maybe an unofficial #1 contenders matchup for the Squared Circle Expo Tag Team Champions. Of course, if you tuned in late, the newest Rockers, Al Snow and Cal Hero, a big win over the legendary Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, to kick off the broadcast earlier on tonight. But
I mean, it was a match. If you haven't seen it, don't go out of your way. It was something else.
Well,
we saw underpants. We saw fanny packs.
We saw all those things, yeah. And it was a blink and you miss it type thing. Al Snow got taken out, and Cal Hero, it was 2-on-1, but found a way to persevere. But the question I will pose to you, Mr. Chernov, is which team do you think would pose the greater threat to the newest Rockers out of the two in the ring now?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Country Gentlemen.
Okay. Shoulders down quickly for two.
I think Country Gentlemen, because of the fact that they are, they're brothers. They're related. This is a family thing here. And I just feel like, much like we might see here tonight, that is always going to, family is something that it's blood is thicker than water,
on their second reign as NWA US Tag Team Champions. Also two-time NWA Southeastern Tag Champions for Joe Kazana Promotions, which, by the way, if you are keeping track, yes, their initials are JCP. Much has been synonymous with the NWA name for many decades, whether it's Joe Kazana or Jim Cobb. Nice headlock by Apollo Star, a veteran in his own right. Trained by American kickboxer back in the day, Midwest legend. Of course, the Kazanas, mentored by their father. Nice takedown. And you're going to see old school Southern style wrestling from the Kazanas. But Apollo can bring a little bit of everything. We'll see if he can counter. No, hip lock takeover, nicely done.
Old school doesn't mean it doesn't work anymore.
Oh, not at all. I'm not knocking it. It's certainly tried and true to get it this far. And I love the fact that these are two, nice power slam. These are two long-standing regular tag teams. No makeshift teams. Nobody that is decided to just team up and make a go at it. These,
like Al Snow and Cal Hero.
Well, I think Al Snow and Cal Hero have done a lot more.
I think Al Snow's using Cal Hero.
I don't think he is. I think Al Snow and Cal Hero have been friends for years and years. Al Snow friends with Cal's father. That's a mentorship. But either way, Colin Evo tie-up as Drew Skills tagged in now. And he wants AJ Kazana, the more experienced of the brothers.
Definitely more experience with growing facial hair.
Yeah, this is going to be smash mouth, hard-nosed wrestling, you can tell. Nice Colin Elbow tie-up. Physical. Both men grasping, jockeying for position. I can't help but notice Gertner and Joe Kazana on the outside, looking on with concern. Sends Drew in. Tackle, nobody moves.
Look at the size, kind of even here.
Yeah. Almost daring one another to make a move.
Oh, back elbow.
And that dazed him, but didn't take him off his feet.
Well,
nice clothesline. Looking good here in the early going. The brothers Kazana.
Yeah, but Skills, look at that.
Yeah, this is a hoss fight. This is power on power. Neither man wants to budge. It could be, can you top this by the time it's all said and done? Drew to the right. AJ tried to put the brakes on, but the momentum carried him over.
And that forearm shot just knocked him over.
This is not pretty. This is not going to be, again, it's not going to be a scientific masterpiece, but it's going to hurt. That's for damn sure. The ride goes Kazana, puts the brakes on that time. Great ring awareness by Kazana. Another one of those guys, you know, second, I believe, maybe even third generation.
There was a tag here that we didn't even see.
Yeah, but that's the mark of Southern Tag Team Wrestling, right?
Absolutely, blind tag.
Catch your opponent off guard. Off guard. But the mark of a soul shooter might be a Saito suplex. Nicely done. And KC just looking for a neutral corner if he can find one.
Skills makes the tag. Shot to the rib cage there.
Yeah.
Oh. Gee. Fist right to the face.
Nobody holding back. KC battling back to his feet. And Kazana, the worse for wear.
Yeah, but the other Kazana's got his arm out waiting for a tag.
KC in a bad way. Talking about that legacy, that lineage. KC's grandfather, John Kazana, started wrestling in the 1930s. So you speak to how the Kazana name has meant so much to Knoxville wrestling specifically, certainly, but wrestling as a whole. They have near 100 years of history of the Kazana name. And what does that mean if the Soul Shooters knock off the Kazanas here tonight? You gotta think they could be next in line for Al Snow and Cal Hero.
I think it means the Kazanas let down their family, not just one generation, but multiple.
It means Gertner's getting desperate. And, waving his arms and celebrating, you putz. Joel Gertner, of course, always talks tough when he's got someone to hide behind, whether it's the Soul Shooters or back in the day when it was Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley.
Wouldn't you?
I wouldn't act like that.
I've seen you dance.
I wouldn't wave my arms gleefully after choking another human being. As Poison Apollo Star goes back to work on Casey. Casey, great double spring into the crossbody, nicely done. Casey has an opening.
But not able to get the cover.
The family business is on the line here. He needs a cover, he needs a tag. Joe Kazana cheering on his son. But can Kazana shake the cobwebs and realize where he is? Check out again the hang time on this crossbody. Great height.
But had Kazana been able to cover Poison there, we may have had winners.
AJ Kazana back in, unloading on both Soul Shooters. The proverbial house of fire. And everybody's getting it. The country gentleman. That'll knock the wind out of Apollo Star right away, and Drew gets low bridged. AJ knows his partner is incapacitated, and it's him on an island against the world.
Star may have broken his ribs on that top rope, that cable.
Surprised me. Kazana hits the back elbow. Carson Drake couldn't, and nearly put him away.
Now, that wasn't much offense right there, but what Skills was able to do was enough to actually break the pin.
Yeah, that contact breaks the fall.
But all it did here is, look, all it did was put him in this situation.
It just made AJ matter. You saw the impact of that elbow drop one more time. Drew Skills, last second, intervenes. Back live, reversal with a whip, duck of the clothesline by AJ Kazana. Puts the brakes on again. AJ's purposely baiting his opponents towards the ropes, towards his corner. That discus right, the spine buster. That manipulation, that's subtle, but it's such great tag team wrestling by the Kazanas. 2.
The referee fell.
No, Gertner pulled his leg. He fell.
Nah, I didn't see it.
Well, take my word for it. Joe Kazana saw it.
Joe Kazana, you look at those glasses and you tell me he saw it?
Well, wait a minute. And Gertner and Star in hot pursuit by AJ Kazana.
Oh, God, he hurt his neck again.
Oh, no.
He has a chronic neck disease, okay?
It's been hurt for 28 years. I don't think it's getting better.
No. You think you're going to hit a man, and he could have been wearing glasses, too. You don't know.
Oh, he could have been.
The disrespect.
My God.
Well, they're supposed to be country gentlemen going after a man with a neck brace.
Well,
and a bow tie.
They know how to fight and defend themselves. They can only be provoked so much. And Gertner just grabbed the leg of Casey. You're looking right at it. Here's Drew Skills. And Credenza, that twisting fisherman buster. Soul Shooter's going to win this. No, kick out.
Oh, Gertner, he was mistaken. See, he thought the match ended.
Oh, Gertner, you don't belong up there. You're going to hurt yourself. Joe Kazana's got Gertner. Hit him.
Oh, no, he's taking the hat off. Where did Kazana get the nerve?
He's fighting for the family name. Nothing's more important than family. Wait a
minute.
The branding iron. But Poison Apollo Star missed and hit Drew. KC takes Star's shoulder first. All the Soul Shooters, Gertner's plan just blew up in their face.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of this match is still the NWA US Tag Team Champions, the Country Gentlemen.
I told you Gertner couldn't get it done.
What?
Well,
you never said that. Maybe his neck injury kept him from doing it.
Serious neck injury.
Well, he's got serious problems that are worse than a neck injury right now, and namely of which might be 3 pissed off Kazanas. You can see that misfire, that heavy steel branding iron intended for KC.
Oh no, he's gotten himself into a pickle here.
Oh yeah, and back live, it might go from bad to worse for Gertner, who may have to pay some penance for his dirty deeds.
Oh!
Yeah! Goodbye, Gertner.
That loaded
the quintessential stud muffin. Not looking too studly now, is he?
He's got to help him out.
Oh, he's beyond help. He's crying. He's crying.
He's been assaulted.
He's crying and he's crawling.
Yeah, he's injured from the C2 to the C in court.
What an embarrassment. Kazana stand tall, Southern style, here at Squared Circle Expo. Someone help Gertner. Get him out of here.
Look at that book. That's solid gold, that book.
And these men are as good as gold as United States Tag Team Champions.
Smacked that over his head. Can't even breathe. Look at him.
Gertner's having a connection.
His neck brace fell off. Somebody help him.
Hey, get away from me. Get it. I had nothing to do with it.
Wait until he watches this back and he hears the things that you said about him.
Oh, I didn't say anything that wasn't
terrible.
I didn't say anything that wasn't true. My God.
You're going to be all right, Joel.
Yeah, first time for everything.
There's not going to be much for the Rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Now, we are lousy with NWA matches, are we not?
Well, I'll tell you what, we have a tremendous match because the top prize of the National Wrestling Alliance is about to be contested.
Introducing first, the challenger from Fort Mills, South Carolina. He is the one-man band, Heath.
Well, bottom line is, Heath's got kids. And if you're the NWA World Champion, you're making more money than anybody else on your brand, almost anybody else in the world. So,
first of all, these kids at this point, they should all be through college now. Been hearing about these kids for years.
You never stop wanting to help your kids out no matter how old they get, right?
I put my kids to work as soon as they turn 5.
Excuse me?
Well,
there's child labor
they got to
laws.
make money for me.
But for you.
How else am I supposed to take care of them?
Not for them, not for the family, for you. Well, Heath does it for his family, he does it for his kids, and he does it for the love of the game. Heath would love to be the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. Somebody who I think has been very underrated, former tag team champion with Rhino on a number of occasions, and a man who has gone toe-to-toe with many a legend, but Heath's name could be among the legends after tonight.
Well, I'm going to tell you, July 15th at the Jersey Shore Fight Factory Wrestling, I'm going to be there, and I'm managing my man Danny Moff, and he is going to be facing the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. So I'm curious to see who it is he's going to end up facing after this, because I have an opportunity to become the manager of an NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. So I'm watching this extra careful to see who it's going to be. Is it going to be Tom Latimer or is it going to be Heath?
No wonder you're talking tough if you got Dan Moff in your corner.
I do, and I want to. Here's the thing: the question isn't who's going to be champion. The question
And now,
is
ladies and
which one's
gentlemen,
Moff beating.
from Chesterfield, England, he is the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tom Latimer.
For 239 days, this England native has reigned as NWA World Champion, defeating prior title holder EC3. Latimer's another one of those guys that is very hard-nosed, smash-mouth. He's physical and intense, and he has a lot of that old-school grit. You think back to a guy like maybe a Harley Race, someone who's double tough, who could defend himself in a ring just as easily as he could in a bar. That's Tom Latimer.
I'm going to tell you who he reminds me of in more recent times. He reminds me of Nick Aldis.
Okay, I see it.
One of his best friends. I'm going to tell you, and it's not just the championship around his waist, but just his mindset, the way he gets in there. He's all business. But Tom Latimer, look, has he been a great champion? Hands down. Absolutely he's been a great champion. Heath's out here having a good time, but I'm going to tell you, when the bell rings, There are few people who can go quite as well as Heath. This could really be anyone's match right now.
No intimidation on either side. Squared Circle Expo senior referee Joe Lopez assigned this contest. If you're unfamiliar or if you're new to pro wrestling, the NWA World title is the oldest recognized championship in the world. Roots dating back to 1905. Past champions include Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Terry Funk, Jack Briscoe, Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, and Sting, just to name a few.
And after tonight, could it be Heath? Could Heath's name be etched in that history?
Of course, you mentioned Nick Aldis, arguably the greatest world champion of the 21st century.
Longest reigning for sure.
Yeah, certainly. Cody Rhodes won that championship from Aldis for a time. And got to mention Aldis's general manager counterpart, Adam Pearce, had a very impressive run with that title.
Also an NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
But the greatest names ever. Did you mention Dusty Rhodes when you were talking about people?
Yeah. All those names and so many more. Will Heath be added to the list?
Again, I think sometimes Heath, his personality, his smile, you just saw a little glimpse of that smile there, I think confuses people I think they forget just how good Heath is, just how many championships Heath has held.
Yeah. Wow, the fact that he could be a successful tag team partner with somebody as intense and violent as Rhino speaks to what Heath could pull out. But you mentioned you were managing your client in an upcoming World's title match. I know you've been watching tape. I know you're a student of the game. What have you been telling your charge as far as maybe how you can beat Tom Latimer? What does Heath have to do tonight?
Well, listen, I don't want to give the entire game plan away, but I will say for Heath, it's obviously very different than somebody like a Moff, right?
Sure.
And Heath works very differently. He wrestles very differently. But what he's going to need to do with a guy like Latimer, you're not going to be able to necessarily out-wrestle him. And not necessarily going to, compete with his strength. I mean, Tom Latimer is look at him. Latimer's he's built incredibly. He's athletic with the best of them. What you have to do is you have to take him off of his game plan. So you have to keep him guessing. When you're going in there, like Heath right now, he's got him in the ropes. Latimer had a game plan going into this, and Heath is beginning to just kind of move him away from that. Right now he's focused on his elbow, right? Right now Tom is focused on his elbow. Heath needs to look at that, but he doesn't need to go for the elbow. See, if I'm his manager and I'm in his ear, what I'm telling him is now go for a knee. Keep him guessing. Take him off of his game plan. That is how you beat Tom Latimer.
I've never seen Latimer more focused. I've never seen him more chiseled, in better shape. Mind, body, and soul. Latimer realizes this opportunity, that this wave he's been riding is more often than not once in a lifetime.
Look at that. He's listening to me. He took him down. He's got him on a front chancery here.
Nicely done. Heath is trying to be abusive yet elusive, but Latimer trying to keep Heath stationary in one spot, and Heath stays in motion, and Latimer doesn't like it.
And it's that motion. Latimer powdering to the outside here. It is that motion that gives Heath that possibility to become NWA World's Heavyweight Champion tonight.
Latimer loves to be in control. He loves to smother people with offense. He loves to dictate the tempo. Heath has evaded all of that in the early moments.
And I'm going to tell you something else. Billy Corgan, close personal, longtime friend of mine, one thing that he does not do is just let anybody put an NWA title match on their card, let alone as many NWA championships that have been defended here at Squared Circle Expo. That's the respect that Squared Circle Expo has in the business.
Oh, without question. There's a lot of legal red tape and ramifications to go through if you want to sanction or have sanctioned an NWA championship match, especially a world's title match. And the fact that Billy Corgan has allowed all of these different title matches tonight proves that he knows the NWA is in great hands with Squared Circle Expo.
First of all, he's William to you, but Tom Latimer now getting a little bit of a acknowledgement from this crowd.
Latimer deserves respect, certainly, but Heath deserves an opportunity to explode with a forearm shot and a clothesline. Heath to the outside.
Latimer to the outside there. Look at that. But Heath has got to stay on him. You are not going to win a championship by count out. Also, it's not going to be a count out. I have it on good authority. This referee can only count to 8.
I don't believe that's true.
We'll see. Vladimir taking his time. He's being smart now.
Yeah, well.
He's taking his time.
He's back here. He's got the world.
Taking his championship with him.
And he's leaving. Wait a
Oh,
minute.
he's smart. I'm not going to tell you he's not smart. He knows exactly what he's doing.
What's Heath going to do? Stand there and take it? I don't think so.
I don't know if we can get a camera going on in the back right now.
Well, this matchup has completely spilled over out of the arena into the locker room area. And Kopaz doing his best to get this thing back out here. Oh,
Wait a minute.
There's the champion, and there's Heath in hot pursuit.
I'm getting word Heath hit him with brass knuckles in the back.
He did not.
Well,
Kopaz was with him the whole time he was watching it. Into the guardrail goes the champion.
he can't see.
Kopaz, one of the best referees in the game.
Fighting out into the crowd here.
And
Great way to catch a communicable disease.
Great way to catch a champion off guard. How about that? Face first into the chair, the seat of that chair.
The one guy's offering up to Heath, offering up one of his walking sticks. Do you have any idea how thick that is?
Yeah, well, these people love Heath. They see part of
There,
themselves
Heath,
in Heath.
go kill somebody with this. Come on. Oh my God.
Heath has no ego. He's just a good old-fashioned, down-to-earth country boy from West Virginia, and he's just fighting to make ends meet and provide for his family. Everybody here can understand that.
First of all, nobody told him to have 16 kids.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Latimer into the door. No. Oh, Heath. Look out. And that door, I believe, was locked shut to help
where are we going here?
Control the crowd flow. And now they're brawling out into the lobby. Hope we got a shot out there or could get one. But I think we're hardwired in here from some of the technical issues earlier with the hotel power, and I'm not sure if we can find them.
We're trying it.
Yeah, we're trying to scramble to get a camera in place to document whatever's going on out in the hallway between Tom Latimer and Heath, as this is one of the damnedest NWA World Title matches I've ever seen.
Camera crews are trying their best to get out there.
Boy, I tell you, we never had this problem with Dory Funk Jr. versus Jack Briscoe back in the day.
Terry Funk is a different story.
Terry Funk, well, yeah, Terry Funk was a loose cannon in many ways, but you can see the fans gathering around, watching the chaos, and hey, here we are.
Speaking of chaos,
yes.
Slick Rick sitting next to us here.
Yeah. He's in stunned silence. He
Look
can't
at these
believe what
guys.
he's seeing.
These guys know.
But we have an NW. The title match is still happening.
These
by the
guys
way.
know.
This match has not stopped. You're just.
I got fans.
Well, that's the unfortunate thing.
Heath's got kids. I got fans.
Well, I think Heath's got more kids than you have fans. But be that as it may, Latimer back in the building.
We're back in here, folks.
And Heath in control. Heath got the upper hand. Latimer's in trouble.
Vladimir is an old school wrestler. He's an NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He's got respect. I compared him earlier to a Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that this is the type of thing that he's prepared for? No, he thought he was having a wrestling match.
Well, he should have tried to.
By the way, fun fact, as Heath gets sent into the wall, did I or did I not say that this referee does not know how to count to 10?
You want this match to end again? Latimer tried
I'm just saying, the guy could have counted him out. The referee could have counted him out. If he knew how to count to 10, he would have counted him out.
Latimer took the title and tried to leave and get intentionally counted out. And Kopaz isn't going to screw Heath over.
Who
like
is
that.
he? Who is this referee to
He's
decide?
the law.
He's
He's
no
the law.
Kevin Keenan. He's not an official NWA referee.
Who is that?
Kevin Keenan?
He's a Squared Circle Expo official. That's good enough for me.
You put a little respect on Kevin Keenan's name. Someone's got to.
He's not here.
Well, now you're looking at Gift Horse in the mouth. Yeah, he's got a cane.
He's got a cane in the throat. Children are trying to get involved. It's chaos out there. If Latimer would have kept this thing in the ring, he wouldn't have had any of these problems.
Vladimir had every right to be counted out and retain his championship. That is the champion's right.
If he did that to your guy in a few weeks, would you be okay with it?
Well, he's not going to have an opportunity to do that to Danny Moff.
Well, Heath in trouble right now. Heath may not be able to breathe after being dropped throat first on that steel guardrail. And
Good.
That was the one opening that Latimer needed.
What is it out of Latimer? Is that toilet paper?
It looks like it, yeah. They made some
Well,
travels
he couldn't
out
get a
there.
camera. Did he take a break?
Maybe Latimer got a swirly.
Explains the hair.
Rights and lefts by Heath, firing away. Back in the center of the ring. NWA World title on the line. Pinfall or submission. And Heath explodes in the high knee. Will that be all?
Toilet paper's flying. I got to tell you,
high heel kick. Latimer down again. And a near fall.
you're the wrestling historian. Is this the first NWA World Championship match ever to feature toilet paper?
There's a power slam for 2. I don't think Gotch and Hackenschmidt used it back in 1908, that's for sure.
So we're hearing it here first that Gotch and Hackenschmidt did not use toilet paper.
I will stake my reputation
Purely
on it.
bidet, fellas.
In the ring. Shoulders are down.
That's
and
it.
Latimer beat him.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, and still the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tom Latimer.
And to your point, Chernoff, after all that brawling, Latimer beat him with a wrestling move, a leverage move on the mat.
Because the Gaga and Ha-Ha was over. Tom Latimer victorious.
Latimer stayed calm, poised, waited for his opening, and boy, did it pay off in a big way. Latimer still the NWA World Champion for 240 days and counting. Heath was so close. He could have put every kid through college with a victory here.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Look at this, take another look at this here. Sunset flip, but Latimer out-wrestled Heath.
Yeah. Stacks the weight on the shoulders, leans forward, balances on his head and neck. That was a textbook cradle. Nicely done by Latimer. That's why he's the world's champion. And I understand, I empathize with Heath's frustration, but Chernoff, speaking of championships, we're going to crown a brand new Squared Circle Expo champion in a matter of minutes. Can you believe it?
Oh, you know, I can't. I can't believe it. I can't believe the cowardice that came from Nick Nemeth.
Are you? He had a contractual obligation.
At the conclusion of the Rumble, we will be telling you all who won the poster for the people that signed on to the great MyFandom app. So stay tuned for that after the conclusion of our next event, which will be the last match of the evening. The last match is the Circle City Rumble. The only way to be eliminated is to be thrown over the top rope and both feet touch the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, the last person remaining will become the SCX Heavyweight Champion.
Man, that's big. Someone can make their career overnight. Somebody that is a long shot, a dark horse, not even on either of our radars, could leave the man representing Squared Circle Expo when we go off the air tonight.
It could happen. It could happen. It will happen. Someone is going to be the champion. Someone's going to walk out with that beautiful championship.
We've got rookies.
Where is that championship?
We've
Here
got
it is.
legends.
I'm going to take a look at it right
and
over here.
everywhere in between. You keep your hands off of it.
I'm going to look.
You're not going to have a chance at it, so quit drooling over it.
Not a bad looking championship right here.
Who's got the worst luck? Oh boy! Ton of champions!
In the Rumble, it's from Indianapolis, Indiana, Mr. International, Jake Omen.
It's the first champion, and he's drawn number 1 in this 31 entrant match. That means Jake Omen has the longest odds to get back what he once coveted so tightly.
That means Jake Omen is going to have to wait for another night to become Squared Circle Expo champion.
Oh, you're writing him off already?
He's number 1. Do you have any idea the people have already been announced?
Yeah, and there's a lot more
My
to
best
come.
friend in the entire universe, Matt Cardona, He was front and center on that poster. He's the uncrowned champion. He should still be the champion.
Well, keep in mind, Cardona used an underhanded tactic or two to take the title to begin
No.
with. Omen hasn't forgotten
No,
that.
it's not common. It's not. It's not something he did.
Well, that's not how Jake Omen sees it. Omen remembers he was there. Revenge is a hell of a motivator. Omen could go through this whole field until he runs into Cardona. But number 2 may have other ideas.
From Kokomo, Indiana, the answer, Elijah Eros.
Well, Elijah Eros, number 2, maybe the least experienced entrant, at least from my knowledge.
At this point, might as well bring out number 3.
Only about 10 months in the sport. Fashioned himself as a, well, throwback street brawler type. And the other caveat here, he was trained by, well, Jake Omen.
Well, I think the student is not quite ready to become the master.
You've written off both people that have come to the ring so far.
Well, right now, I'm definitely writing this guy off.
Elijah Eros, hey, he could upset a lot of people and come out of this thing a household name. Keep in mind, equally timed intervals as Jake Omen starts things out with Elijah Eros. 31 entrants in total, I do believe. Nice takedown.
You don't think Ed's really going to be a part of this, do you?
I know Adolfo's head was in the right place. His heart was in the right place, at least, when he put him in that matchup. The fans wanted it. They wanted to do right by the people. But I think putting Ed in this match is a danger to him. And that's no offense on him. He's tough. He's got ring experience, obviously. But in an environment like this, with stakes like this, with it being this long since he's competed, it'd be a death sentence.
We're now talking about a death sentence. Omen's about to take this kid to school.
Yeah. I believe there's an extended opening period between these two athletes, number 1 and 2, and then equally timed intervals for 3 through 31. As, you know, I don't think either man's going to get an elimination here this early, but you want to soften your opponent up. You want to wear them down so you got a little bit of respite, a little bit of rest and a breather before number 3 comes in. Because to your point, if either man has a prayer of winning this thing, they got a long night ahead of them.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, look, they're going to blow each other up right now, and that is not a smart move.
It's not, but Eros.
If I'm Omen, I'm telling this kid, I'm saying, hey, who taught you everything you know? Sit down, shut up, and help me get to the championship.
I don't think he taught any of his students to back down from a fight, but what Omen has done is he's competed in 40 different countries. And that's insane to think about. Omen has competed in more countries than most of the people under global wrestling contracts today.
There's only 16 countries in the world.
There are not.
Well, my map.
What are you looking at, Mesopotamia?
None of your business.
Greco-Roman knuckle like Pangea?
I don't know what's on your search history.
Omen breaks the grip. No doubt Omen's got the power here. Drop toe hold.
Oh, he's got the power, he's got the experience, he's got the skill. I mean, listen, I'm sure this kid in a couple of years is going to be a heck of a talent. I mean, you can see some of what he's already doing. Like, he's showing us right now that he's got a future, for sure.
Oh, without question.
But Jake, I mean, come on.
Well,
you're in here a cup of coffee in the wrestling business, and you're going to get in there with Jake Omen?
Cincinnati, Ohio, presenting TK Fam, Prima Donnie.
Well, number 3, apparently being introduced, Prima Donnie, as
we're not
number 3.
We're not playing musics here?
I don't know. Listen, we're going as it comes to us, all right? Flying by the seat of our pants. Anything could happen. Prima Donnie could win this thing.
Got quite the crowd reaction here, so I guess we are piping in some stuff.
and Prima Donnie out-quickening everybody. What is this? Nice watch.
Here's Kentucky. He's the king of the horses. A whole lot of dude.
That was a
Oh, they're coming fast and
2.5 second interval there, apparently.
Crash Jackson, a whole lot of dude. He's the current Pro Wrestling Revolver Remix champion. He's won a lot of regional titles as well. And Crash Jackson, how do you get this guy over the top rope?
Not like that, I'll tell you.
Certainly not.
Oh!
College football background.
Wow,
for
he
Crash
just ate
Jackson.
that kick.
Yeah, oh, Jackson, so physically imposing. Here's a guy that can do a lot of damage, but Josh, is he built to go the distance?
Well, he's, oh my God.
Elijah Arrows.
So far, so good.
Went aerial.
Well, look at what we have here.
Oh my God.
Oh, not this guy again.
They're out here to win a heavyweight championship in front of all you ignorant people in Indianapolis.
Who gave him a mic?
See, tonight, I represent a great wrestling promoter, Dylan Hines, and he sent
Oh
me
my
here
God.
tonight. Yes, he sent me here tonight to win this match and take the title back to Chillicothe and hand it over.
Hope you get your money in
that's
advance,
what
pal.
I'm gonna do. And I made a lot of money tonight to make that guarantee. But before I get in the ring, I do require a little bit of warm-up. A little bit of warm-up.
Well, you don't want to pull a hammy. Look at it.
No, jeez. Where's
Start
Dylan
out
Hines
here
to help
with
him
a little bit
stretch?
of basic stretching just to make sure I'm okay. There's some great action going on. Prima Donnie put the boots to everybody in the ring.
Oh, he's doing our job now.
I guess we'll take a break.
One of the best talents around.
Ledbetter's eaten a lot of his words over the years.
Normally I do about 2 squats, but for purposes of tonight, I'm going to start with about 5.
He's going to narrate his entire workout. This is why the likes of Duke Drosy, Shane Douglas have, gotten the better hand of him. He was in that Battle Royal last year for the Prime title. It didn't go well.
Wait a minute, what's that?
4's good, especially to win this match. Plus,
He's talked his way through the next entrant. Unbelievable. Hey! Shauna Reed!
Thank you. Normally I do 5, but 4 is good enough.
The daughter of 1,000 maniacs, the first female entrant of who knows how many in our field tonight. What happens if Shauna Reed becomes our Squared Circle champion?
It's ever happened.
Is Ledbetter still talking?
Look at that. Wow.
Nice.
That's his takedown. We may see the first ever women's Squared Circle Expo Champion.
If anybody could do it,
Not
it's
to be
her.
confused with the women's Squared Circle Expo Championship.
Correct. Well, we'll try to talk over Ledbetter. Shauna Reed has competed overseas in Scotland,
My
but
money's on you. I need you to keep putting that work in.
hadn't seen anything like Crash Jackson over there, I bet.
Has anyone been eliminated
I'm
yet?
going to resume my stretching before I get in the ring. Thank you.
Ledbetter makes me wish the power goes off again.
Here comes number 7.
Oh boy. Yeah, 7 for how many feet tall he is.
Paxton Calloway.
The longest reigning Battle of the Border champion. And he just knocked Ledbetter out, so he's my favorite guy.
Calloway.
Here's a guy who is tailor-made for a Battle Royal or a Circle City Rumble.
I haven't seen a single person so far that I think should hold that championship.
Paxton's won titles in Mega Championship Wrestling. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
Another giant.
Not as big as you think if you stand next to him in person, you know.
Well, you said he was 6'12". Ben Bishop lost that Prime title tonight, and he immediately declared his candidacy for this Rumble. And he comes in with not the best number 8 out of 30, at least. Nice side. Oh,
Wow.
A side slam from that height. Forget about it. Bishop.
Whoever comes out next.
Oh,
I'm
God,
gonna
he's still
kick him
talking.
in the face.
Bishop could be the only guy to
Oh,
enter
dear
with one
Lord.
title and leave with another. And check out this stare down.
Oh my God, look at these guys.
Two biggest men in this match thus far.
Need a higher
From
ceiling.
Hebron,
by a mile.
Kentucky, accompanied to the ring by
Oh my
Captain
God.
Wellington, Lightning, Tim Lutz.
Tim Lutz, former record holder for the longest professional wrestling match in history. It was in the Guinness Book of Records. So perhaps that can help Tim Lutz, outshine the field here tonight.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Lutz just kicked his own manager in.
Oh, that was clearly an accident.
Captain Wellington.
No. Wait a minute,
Oh.
no. Captain Wellington is not in this match.
Well, he's found himself in this match. He tagged out? What? Well, it got him safe. But bad to worse for Lutz. Oh, no.
We're just
you
2
serious?
seconds away till our next. Oh my God, what a horrible decision.
Mexico.
We're 2 seconds away from the end of Tim
Miami.
Lutz's career.
Oh my God.
Oh, double choke slam. Miami from Tulancingo Hidalgo, Mexico. La Luchadora, originally trained by Arrow Boy, and our second female entrant is going to quicken the pace here and go right for Shauna Reed. And they're coming in as fast as we can call them. Jake Oman still in there from the beginning.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
Oh, a counter into a
We got
Tijeras.
5 seconds right now until somebody else.
Unbelievable
He
pace.
is a one-woman wrecking crew. The Women's World Publican Champion.
Big Mama.
The
Big
Women's
Mama.
World Tag Team Champion. Big Mama.
NWA Women's Television Tag and Tag Team Champion. Big Mama. Oh, a force to be reckoned with no matter who you are. My God. And Crash
Oh,
Jackson.
dear Lord.
A whole lot of dude just took down a whole lot of mama. Can you believe the collision? Can you believe one of these athletes could be our next champion?
I think Lutz is out.
Yeah, in more ways than one, I think. Lutz has no idea if he's in Indianapolis or Timbuktu. Check out the humanity in that ring, and we're still in the early stages of this matchup. Only about, oh, wait a minute! Crash Jackson to the outside. Was that Omen that tossed him?
Oh my God.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Gonzalez.
Is he really going to go through with this?
Oh, Eddie, this is a big mistake.
Ed Gonzalez is going to risk life and limb entering the Circle City Rumble. What if he leaves his own champion? Have you ever heard of a promoter being the champion of his own company? It'd be unprecedented.
Yeah, never before.
Omen working on Ben Bishop. Big Paxton Calloway. Immovable. He's standing on Elijah Arrows right now. Hey, give credit to Arrows. He's been in there about 10 minutes thus far. He's still alive. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, sure enough. Give me a shell, yeah!
Oh my God.
From 20,000 leagues under the sea, Shark Boy.
Shark Boy, former HWA Cruiserweight Champion. He knows all about getting championships. There goes Ledbetter. Take that back to Dylan Hines. You failed just like he did at life. It's Shark Boy working on the 7-footer, Ben Bishop. Oh, Shark Boy's got a lot of guts, but
You're about to see them all over the mat.
yeah. Bishop missed in the corner, though.
From Moreland, Indiana.
Oh, boy.
He is the Heavy Metal Viking. Oh!
Heavy Metal Viking. I'm glad he doesn't have that giant meat hook when he comes out here. But Hook's dangerous no matter what he's got. His hands are his weapons, and he's going straight for Sharky. And now, Shark Boy, time to count along with the Finn one. Check out Big
What
Mom.
happened, Ed? Has Ed gotten in yet, or what happened?
Where'd he go?
He's still trying to get in.
He's still, well, hey, he proved one thing right that Adolfo said. He always brings his gear. He's in!
He's a pro's pro. Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, wait a minute. Jake Oman just took him right back out.
Might have a record.
Big Mama's history, too.
He cost me the title.
Oh, the bodies are flying quickly. We're doing our best to keep up with it. We're live.
Indianapolis,
Wait a minute, I know that
Indiana. Spider Nate West.
What? I thought he was injured. Spider
He's
Nate
looking
West.
pretty good right now.
Hell yeah. And he's just a teenage dirtbag. Is he going to do his whole entrance like he normally does? Because he'll buy about 4 or 5 spots that way.
Whatever he's got to do, you know?
I hope the boss is okay. He's favoring his back.
He was favoring his back before he came out here.
Ed took a hard spill to the outside. Curtis got number 1, Jake Oman, who's still in this thing some 15 minutes later.
Oh, what's happening on the outside here?
Ben Bishop is cheering on Spider Nate Webb. And, well, Nate can't buy as much time as he normally does. Nate Webb, a veteran of the Midwest scene for well over 20 years at this point.
Josh.
Wait, what?
You see?
You can't be serious.
People who can't sit and do commentary. People who can go in and become champion.
You're going to be champion? No way. Chernoff's in this thing? How did you finagle this? Who did you buy off, pal? I got a fleet of lawyers to look into this. Thought you'd have some decorum out here and do your job. But Josh Chernoff is in this match. For the love of God. Well, the action continues inside the ring. Nate Webb, Shark Boy, Ben Bishop, Paxton Calloway, Hooks, Shauna Reed, a whole host of formidable individuals, and they're going to be met by the loudest mouth in the building. Chernoff turns into Bishop. And here comes the former champion, always ready Matt Cardona, who beat Jake Oman for the title before being defeated by Nick Nemeth a year ago. Oh, Chernoff! That's your best friend! That's your best friend! You told me earlier he'd share the title with you, and he just tossed your ass to the wolves. Chernoff, I hope that was a reality check you sorely needed. Shark Boy, a stunner on Nate Webb, who counters. Low bridge. Spider Nate Webb's out of there. Oh, wait a minute. Hooks has Shark Boy. Shark Boy is gone. A couple of veterans, and I'd say odds-on favorite if you look at their resumes. Shark Boy and Spider Nate Webb are out of here.
Of Africa, the Prince of
Savio Leon, the Prince of Paw Strikes, coming out here. We'll see if he's got cat-like quickness to stay on his feet and survive this Rumble in at number 18 of 30. Leon focusing on Elijah Arrows himself. 18 minutes strong in this thing. You're back. You're not back yet. You gotta. get your recognizances about you.
Listen.
What is wrong with you? Why did you do that?
Well, no, what happened was I was just making sure everyone was cleared up for Matt Cardona to come in. And then while we're hugging, I said, Matt, I got to get out of here.
Oh.
This is for you.
Oh,
this is your opportunity. This is your time to shine. And I said to Matt, I'm worried. I don't know that I can get myself all the way over the top rope. I'm not an athlete like you. And Matt said, I'll help you. This is what happened.
Your best friend threw your hide to the curb.
No, you wouldn't understand.
I understand Dalton McKenzie, NWA star, Division I football athlete, a linebacker, a defensive end. He can chuck some bodies, and arrows practically hit the ceiling. Man, this guy has all power. He can break the ring. Oh, Cardona, that may have not been wise. Picking on the biggest bull in the woods.
Don't you worry about Cardona. Listen, I sacrificed my spot, my opportunity.
Oh no. Why are you so out of breath? You barely did anything.
I sacrificed my opportunity.
To do what?
To be the champion.
You weren't going to win.
I sacrificed it for Matt Cardona.
Oh, please.
Don't you understand? You don't know what friendship is.
Well,
God.
I understand Alex Gunn. He's a graduate of the Dustin Rhodes Wrestling Academy.
I think I broke my coccyx.
Came all the way from Yorkshire, England, relocated to Texas to train under Dustin Rhodes, and only a couple of years in his journey, he'll make Dustin very proud if he scores a win and wins the title tonight. I'm going straight for hooks. Ben Bishop's still in there.
When did that thing with the mask get in there?
Paxton, you mean the cat?
The furry thing, yeah.
Savio Leone, about the time your life flashed before your eyes.
You don't understand friendship.
I don't understand your kind of friendship.
Well, that Cardona knows. I'll sacrifice for him.
You take a bullet for Cardona, he could be around here for 15 seconds. Watch Eros trying to get back in. He's in trouble. He's near elimination.
Yeah, I just realized what he was trying to do was save me from Ben Bishop, who was trying to attack me. Look at this guy. This guy might be the champion.
Savion certainly very well put together, has that low center of gravity. He'll be hard to put over the top rope. And you can tell as this matchup goes on, the fatigue setting in on the athletes that have been in there for a while. As Savion looking at Dalton, Prima Donnie, and what looked to be an alliance formed has turned ugly quickly, and Jake Oman is still getting into the fight after coming in at number 1 some 21 minutes ago.
And look at that. Number 1 almost eliminates the freshest guy in the ring.
Yeah, just a couple of inches away from Savion's feet hitting. He's got a death grip with that bottom rope, Road Dogg style now. Look at Cardona trying to make an alliance with Bishop.
Tell you what I'd do if I was in this match.
What do you mean if?
Well, look, I got to sit here and do commentary with you. Someone's got to carry this show.
You remember being in this match, don't you?
That's not canon.
Well, look out, the heavy hitters keep coming. That's Tony Gunn. We've seen him a number of times before. Memorable rivalry in OVW with Jack Vaughn where they traded the television title. This guy's tough. This guy's no stranger to championships.
He's saying it's over right now. Look at him. He's got big time. With a big time slam.
Nice release suplex by Tony Gunn. You saw that humanity and then try to get Cardona out of that ring. Wait, Omen in trouble.
Am I ready for Omen?
Omen! From 40 countries to elimination.
Sorry, I just had a flashback.
To what?
The ropes.
Look out. Cardona with the reboot in the corner on Arrows. And Omen is practically upside down fighting for his survival.
Ohio. She's a second-generation superstar. Queen of the German suplex, Ari Alexander.
I've seen Ari Alexander in a lot of big match situations as well. Second generation. And look how she manhandles Elijah Arrows. Ari Alexander, really, in this case, number 23, you get up to these high numbers, you start to look at the men and women who strictly, by the luck of the draw, not even withstanding their incredible ability, you're going to get the odds-on favorites here, rapid fire.
What is she thinking, though? Look at this.
Well,
went to slam Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
Well, she's trying to make a statement, pick on the biggest dog of the yard, make her presence known, but that backfired. And hey, credit to her, though. Bishop has been out here for in excess of 15 minutes. A guy that size, got to be running out of gas quickly. You got to think.
Las Vegas, Nevada, Bomani.
Bomani calls himself unstoppable, undeniable, unbreakable. He's 6'8". He's 330 pounds. And a man this size fresh compared to a Bishop or a Callaway could make a world of difference.
Compared to a Bishop or a Callaway, but in what world is a guy this size small, the smaller guy in the ring?
Yeah, but he is the freshest. And right for Tony Gunn. Dalton McKenzie. That massive hunk of humanity he is, just got dropped. And just like that, Bomani, in a matter of seconds, rules the ring. One of these men and women, or one of 6 other entrants still to come, will be the Squared Circle Expo Champion.
Wait a minute. What?
Oh, I know that song.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The franchise.
What?
Shane Douglas.
Franchise. Shane Douglas, the 4-time ECW World Champion, the man that threw down the NWA World title and single-handedly changed the trajectory of the industry to extreme. And Shane has eliminated the rookie Elijah Arrows after 25 minutes.
But Elijah Arrows never thought in a million years he'd say he was eliminated by Shane Douglas.
Not at all.
Anything can happen here. Circle City Rumble. Even I could get in there.
Perish the thought. Did you hit your head when you got thrown out?
What's that? I can't hear you out of this here.
Oh, never mind. Well, action continuing, and the more this ring fills up, the more dangerous it's going to be. You catch a stray arm or a leg, someone lands on you, you can get knocked out of commission really quickly.
From Buffalo, New York, Hayden.
Well, Hayden Backlund, a distant cousin, I believe, of the world champion Bob Backlund. He and his partner Trevor Outlaw won the Black Label Pro Tag Team titles. Look out, Shane Douglas got tossed out. Hayden Backlund and Trevor Outlaw won the Black Label Pro Tag titles last night in this very room. Could that be a good omen of what's to come tonight? Hayden Backlund going for Bishop. Apparently, some of these guys coming in feel like Bishop's the biggest threat, and they want to get him out there early.
He is one of the biggest threats, you know.
And
Bishop, you don't understand how big that guy is.
Absolutely. He's a huge guy, and he's been out there for 20 minutes. But for everybody to consider him that big of a threat this late speaks to the motivation he has.
Oh, look at that shot from the complete Matt Cardona. Always ready, always major.
From Rosemont, Illinois, the world's biggest hater, Costello.
Creed Costello, the world's biggest hater. He's even more negative and bitter than you are, Chernoff.
I beg your pardon. I'd never wear stripes.
Well, Creed Costello could be wearing championship gold if he's got his working boots on, but he went straight.
You know who isn't going to? Tony Gunn. He's eliminated.
Bodies are flying fast as we get late into this. Number 27 just came in, and he might be on his way out if Bomani has his way. Well, Hayden Backlund's found himself a comfortable spot. You can see fatigue setting in on a lot of these guys. Look at Cardona, just picking an empty corner.
Cardona's smart. Cardona knows he's the smartest man in the ring right now.
You're going to say all those nice things about the way he treated you in spite of the way he treated you?
What do you do to me?
Oh, never mind. Ari Alexander focusing on Creed Costello.
Yeah, you can't dwell on the past, Joe.
It's
You
just,
can't.
Josh, it's the same match. It's still happening.
From Hamilton, Ohio, classically trained Johnny Cisco.
Well, Johnny Cisco says he's classically trained, and originally that's
In what?
Well, that's musically, but he uses those fine arts to help him, well, play his masterpiece in the ring. Now at the expense of the Dustin Rhodes trained youngster, Alex Gunn.
Well, if this is what he does with music, I understand why his piano's broken.
Johnny Cisco looking good. Fresh out the box. He looks to take Gunn out. Yeah. Well, both guns have had their chambers emptied. Alex is out of there. And Bishop, jeez. Bishop has been in there for what? It's got to be 20 minutes now. And he's still just absolutely manhandling people.
From Cincinnati, Ohio, he is the life of the party, Party Mike.
Party Mike! Well, he's got to fight for his right to party here. Oh, what a clothesline. Party Mike about as polar opposite as you're going to get of Creed Costello. It's the bitterness, it's the anger, and it's the guy always in a good mood. Party Mike, an underdog, but he could be our champion.
He could be. Look at that. Already eliminated somebody, but look what's standing behind him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got him to back down once.
Yeah. What?
This isn't the last.
Party Mike got rid of Creed Costello, maybe bringing some more positive vibes out here. But Ben Bishop, not here to make friends.
You shouldn't be here to make friends. You should be here to win this championship over here.
And Party Mike won't do it. Back to Party City.
No, that's not there anymore.
Final.
Wait a minute.
I'll tell you who is here.
In the Rumble.
What?
It's number 30.
Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Swaggle.
You want to talk about a low center of gravity. You want to talk about an underdog coming in and winning the whole thing under the radar.
Somebody hold his hand coming down that ramp.
Swaggle, by the numbers, has the best odds to be Squared Circle Expo Champion.
I mean, listen, I don't know what odds you're talking about, but
he drew number 30. On paper, he's the odds-on favorite.
Oh my God!
He is German suplex the former champion.
Oh!
And he's going after Dalton McKenzie.
I'm going to say Swaggle looks in incredible shape.
He does. He's lost weight.
Oh, dear.
Oh my God. That man's the size of 3 Swaggles.
Oh no.
Ben Bishop. Oh! The owner's trick in the book. And Swaggle is trying to DDT Ben Bishop. Good luck, pal.
Oh man.
Oh no. Bishop have some. Wait, he's biting! Swaggle's biting the hand. And Cardona! Oh, Cardona eliminated Swaggle.
Cardona always looking out for his friends. You know, the thing is.
What?
Well, he knew he was going to be. There's a theme here. People got in there. Ben Bishop goes after his friends, and Matt Cardona, he protects them. He saves them.
You realize Swaggle wasn't the first person Cardona eliminated, right?
I don't know. We don't need to talk about that right now. All I know is Swaggle came up a little short in this match.
Oh, real classic.
What did I say?
Some decorum, please. Well, one of these men or women will be the Squared Circle Expo champion. Ari Alexander and Shauna Reed in the corner. There's Savion in trouble, courtesy of Jake Oman, who's been in there over a half an hour.
He does it to all of his friends, Swaggle.
Savion's gone. You can see the physicality as Cardona in trouble. Prima Donnie still in there?
Prima Donnie is looking to get Cardona out of the ring here. I don't think it's going to happen. Not with the complete.
He drew number 3. Did we miss the cat getting eliminated? Not Ernest Miller. I mean the other cat.
Ernest Miller should have been in this match.
Salvio Leon is number 3.
Savio Vega was here?
Oh, he's not. He's the surprise of every other company in the past 30 years. Wait, Paxton Calloway.
Wait a minute.
Battling it out. And wait, on two just went. Bomani and Calloway, two heavy hitters, just got tossed by the field. Prima Donnie is in there. Hayden Backlund is in there. He walked in with no titles. He can walk out of the weekend with two. Omen's got Donnie. Ben Bishop.
That's it.
Cardona.
Donnie's out.
Oh, wait, that was Shauna Reed. Shauna Reed had been in there for an excess of 25 minutes. And Ari Alexander disposed of her as Paxton and Bomani are still battling. What do we got? 6 athletes left, it looks like. Hayden Backlund has Ben Bishop. It's Omen and McKenzie.
Prima Donnie's, I think he's taking a...
Hayden Backlund's out of there. He's not aware of it yet. He'll wake up and find out later. Here's Matt Cardona, always ready. Is he prepared?
Oh, no.
McKenzie's got him. Following slam.
Oh.
Shades of one of Cardona's idols, the late Razor Ramon. And McKenzie is going to dispose of the former champion.
Hang on.
Oh, Cardona got caught in the ropes. That's what saved him. Oh, low bridge. Oh, Dalton's gone. And he hits spine first.
That's right.
God,
good job, Matt. Good job, Matt.
Check out the follow-away slam again. The height, the distance that Dalton got. But Cardona survives it, and he's still in here.
We are down to our final 4. 4.5 if you count Ben Bishop.
Omen, former champion. Cardona, former champion. Bishop, former Prime champion as of 2 hours ago. And Ari Alexander, the second-generation wild card. Ari Alexander could make history as the first female to win.
Got suplex.
The Squared Circle Expo heavyweight title. And Cardona's getting his ass kicked. Oh, Alexander's gone. And then there were 3. Bishop missed in the corner with a boot, and Omen caught him off balance. And the final 2 are the former 2 champions. I told you, shirt off, Omen would go through the whole field to get a hold of Cardona and get revenge for when Cardona screwed him.
Listen, some of us sacrificed to make sure Cardona got to where he is right now.
Oh, get out. Just get out.
You know who's going to get out? Omen's going to get out.
Well, Omen's been in here for about 35 minutes. Cardona's been in under 20. He's got the advantage.
Look at that claw.
Into the eyes. Claw.
Goes right on the temples.
It's an eye gouge. And now measuring. Oh, we're looking for radio silence. Omen counters.
Oh.
Takes out the vertical base. Looking Shining Wizard. Cardona downstairs.
Cardona. No, he's going. It looked like he was trying to get him for like a fireman's carry.
Oh, come on.
But then he stopped midway through.
How dense are you? Omen's going to get eliminated. No. Reversal. Cardona's gone.
What?
Jake Omen is champion again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and the new Squared Circle Expo heavyweight champion, International Jake Omen.
We are back where we began, not just in this match, but in the storied history of Squared Circle Expo. Jake Omen, 40 countries, a world traveler, but it brought him right back home to Squared Circle Expo, where he won the championship many people think he never should have been beaten for. You're speechless.
We need a recount. I don't know. There's something happened here.
Yeah, your boy lost. Jake Omen will proudly carry the Squared Circle Expo title for the second time into new countries, new frontiers, into 2025, 26, and maybe beyond. Congratulations, Jake Oman. You have done it again and avenged a past wrong. What a night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us live on the MyFandom app. Jake Oman from 40 countries throughout the world, back home, champion again in Squared Circle Expo. Good night from Indianapolis. We'll see you next year.